I agree. Let's save this for another week.
Oh.
No, we should at least get through this. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, there's still some other. We gotta get the campaign questions down first. Yeah, so.
Oh, I agree.
Um, if I know a basis of what you guys want to play, then we can I can help a little bit as the weeks go by. But okay, so you want your highest stat being charisma, right, Dan?
I don't know. What's wise?
Uh,
You guys are talking to an idiot. I don't know why you're scoffing. You should have expected this.
no, I mean like you.
What's scoffing, dude?
It's your character. I mean, I can't tell you where to put your stats.
Kind of your job.
No, it's not my job to tell you what character to play.
You're teaching me.
Well, what do you want to play? You want to play a high character? Do you want charisma to be your biggest stat or not?
I don't know.
Do you what?
I don't know. What do you want from me? I don't know what I'm doing.
I want to know what you want to play.
I want to play Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, I'm just gonna be a character for you.
No, just.
All right, well then tell me what you want to play.
Explain it. Like,
what do you want to play?
Stop.
We've already talked about this. What do you want to play? Do you want to be like the roguish, or do you want to be the?
Yeah, I already gave you the character.
Do you want to be the voice?
The voice.
Like the voice. Do you want to be the one who does like all the talking and negotiating and persuasion
Sure.
and
Care.
getting you past the gate guards, that kind of thing.
I think he should.
Sure,
I
I'll
think
do the
he should.
intimidation. I'll wave my little magic pendulum.
Okay. Well then, having a high charisma is would help you with that.
Thank you for helping me walk through this.
But I need to know what you want to play. If you want to be like the rogue guy, if you want to be the rogue guy who sneakity sneaks and is hidden from everybody, then having a high dex would be useful. So, it just depends on what you want to play. What do you want your role to be?
I want to be the most efficient with the group. Honestly, like
you want to be better than everybody else at everything.
You're so right. That's exactly what I said.
Then you should play Paladin.
No, I want to be able to fill holes. I don't want to get to a point where we're just like, well, we're at a gate, and the only way to get through it is to know this spell, and nobody knows it.
No,
so
it's
game
not going
over.
to be like that. It's going to be you need to use your head and figure out if you can't go through the guards, then maybe you go over the wall. It's not going to be like, oh, well, we don't have this spell, we can't do it. I should have played a sorcerer.
Looks like game's over.
Should have played a sorcerer.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. You know what I mean?
It's not, no. It's you play what you want to play, and it's my job to make sure you guys have fun.
To make it work. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the DM's job to not be a bitch. And
if
Jared's
you're
pretty
stuck
good
and you can't do anything, then I've failed my job. That's not on you. Unless it's like a puzzle and you just can't figure out the puzzle or something.
Then it's on you.
Well, that's still on me because I made the puzzle too hard.
Pretty dumb.
So charisma, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a judgment call. Charisma is probably what you want your highest stat to be.
Well, I also want to be really good at being a rogue. I mean, that's important too.
So you should put one of your 14s in Dex.
All I gotta say is my dex
am I
is
the worst
16,
person
Dan.
to play with at this point?
No, baby.
Oh.
You're fine.
Wait, what is Constitution exactly again?
It's your endurance, like your ability to withstand poisons. It determines your hit points. Like it adds to your hit points.
Well, I'm gonna move my dex to 11 and my Constitution to 16.
Yeah, Barbarian's the ones that is gonna have the most hit points in the group.
Yeah. So should I? I mean, yeah. I'm gonna keep my strength probably at 18 and my Constitution at 16.
Yeah, I would
so
say
my
Constitution and Strength should be your two highest, and followed shortly by Dex, and then Intelligent Wisdom, and then Charisma, and then Intelligence. If you're
no, but if I want my well, I mean, I'm gonna roll with my Intelligence to be 15 because I'm not gonna be a brain dead barbarian.
Yeah,
I'm actually gonna.
Yeah, you can do it however you want.
Yeah, no, I know.
Just depends on what you're trying to do. If you want to be effective at combat, then Strength and Constitution.
Yeah.
If you want to be, a rocket scientist, then Intelligence.
A rocket scientist barbarian.
Wisdom. Yeah. So, it's just in the backgrounds. I would encourage you to look at the backgrounds too. Those will help you, determine. You can get some extra skills that you can choose from to be proficient in, and kind of help you develop where you've been prior to the campaign, stuff like that. I also have a quirk chart we can roll from to give you some funny quirks. to just help with the role play. But
I have
anyways,
4,500 more questions.
That's fine.
that's fine. Um,
That's
But go ahead and finish doing Alex real quick.
that's the point of session 0 is to get
No,
all
I mean,
that
I'm-
out
I'm
of the
good.
way, so that when we get to session 1, you know,
But
minimal
I want to get
questions.
session 1 tonight.
Well, so do I. But I think you guys. Well, I don't know how late you guys can. I know Stephanie, I think, has to work tomorrow, so.
Yeah.
But I can always just stick around and answer questions and at least get you two up to speed after that. But anyways, so all right. So everybody's got their abilities. Everybody's selected a race.
Abilities.
Yes.
Is that the stats you're talking
Yeah,
about?
the ability stat scores.
Okay, so like dex, strength, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then don't forget to. And then has everybody chosen a race?
I have.
Okay.
Barbarian, baby.
Yeah, I think I'm a
choose-
team.
If you've chosen a race, they're like if make sure you look at all the subclasses of the race and you choose one of those. Like I don't the half elf is just half elf. There is no.
No, there's half high, half wood, half drow, but I'm just gonna go with.
That's right.
But the guy doesn't really go into detail what the subclasses are, so I'm just gonna go with half elf.
Well, it's just what elf like. You know, there's different types of elves. The high elves is kind of like the you know the rich, elegant elves, the ones that think they're better than everybody. The wood elves are the ones that are like they obviously they live in the forest. They're more tough, and they're kind of like the avatars. Just think of an avatar, but not as tall. From the movie Avatar, that's what a wood elf is, and then the gray elf is a drow. Drows are kind of like the evil cousin, the black sheep of the elves.
Now,
Yeah.
are the classes of the barbarians bear, eagle, and wolf, or am I reading this incorrectly?
Oh no, those are the
Those like
variations are. Let me get to it so I can.
I'm on. I mean, if you want to direct me on what page to look at them, because I just see creating a
This is your
barbarian.
primal path. So there's the path of the berserker. There's the path of the totem warrior, and that's.
Oh, I see.
It.
Okay, I got you. I'll read this here.
So, the berserker's like the raging guy who's like just rages all the time and gets like bonuses of strength and stuff and just goes crazy and kills shit. Path of the Totem Warrior is more of like a spiritual type of character. There's actually a third, but it's not in this book. I think it's in the DMG, and it's kind of a mixture of the two. I think if you don't like those two, I'll list them
Okay,
off to
let
you,
me read them and let's see.
but- okay.
All right, now that I actually have this fucking PDF without Google Drive being like, we can't.
So, okay, so everybody's got the race now. Class, you're a barbarian. Stephanie, you're a did you agree on ranger? Or did you want to look into other avenues, or do you?
No, ranger is what I'm going to be.
Okay, and then Dan, you're thinking either a rogue, right, or what?
Yeah, I was gonna be a rogue.
Okay. All right. So.
So in sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
go
like
ahead.
in under class and level, it's like right where it says level 1 and it says class. That's where I choose what.
Yes, and then when you scroll down, just make sure, yeah, where it says level 1, experience is 0. You only fill in the tabs that or the spaces that have yellow, obviously, and then just scroll down and make sure that you don't have any other things you need to fill out in that column, like ranger, hunter features. Down, well, you'll see. Just scroll down, you'll see anything that is yellow and needs to be filled out. It pretty much is self-explanatory. But for you, Dan, you have when you get your thieves' tools, which help you with lockpicking and stuff.
I feel like somebody needs to be good at opening doors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, rogues are very, very useful.
I'm useful.
So,
You are.
Excitement.
So now what you
About
guys,
damn time.
So now what you guys need to do is figure out your background. There's several of them. You can make up your own. They each come with their own description, and they each come with additional skills that you can take proficiencies in.
It's gonna be like the biggest boner killer because we're gonna get everything done. It's gonna be like, let's jump in. All right, guys, see you 2 weeks from now.
Oh wow.
Suck.
Well, that's
There's-
kind of the other reason why I was a little hesitant to jump back into this at 8 o'clock. So I was like, well, it's gonna take. But so, do you want? Let's see. For you, what? Is your character like a criminal? Is he like?
Talking about me?
Yeah, you. Because I'm building
she?
your character because you don't have the.
Well, you were saying is he? So I didn't.
Sorry. Yeah, she. Like what is her? Like is she a soldier, a sage, a sailor? Like what is your background on your character? What
What's
like?
any of that mean?
Just what kind of character is she? Like, what's her background? We're deciding your background. There's acolyte.
What's an acolyte?
Acolyte, that's like a novice like person who deals with magic, right?
Yeah. Let me get to the backgrounds here.
How do you pronounce his name? Borghilder.
Okay, then there's the charlatan. That's you always have had a way with people. You know what makes them tick. You can tease out their hearts, desires after a few minutes of conversation. So basically, you're really good at conversation. You get proficiencies in deception and sleight of hand. You also get a disguise kit and a forgery kit.
Oh shit! Shit!
Then there's the criminal. Everybody knows what a criminal is. Skill proficiencies are deception and stealth. The entertainer, which is what the NPC took. He's an entertainer. Folk hero.
Where is this in the book?
I'm on page 131. And I'm like a bit into it here. Let me give you the original page. They start on page 126.
I feel like I'm just gonna have to spend all my time reading through all this before.
Don't read the entire. Just read a little bit of it. Read the skill proficiencies. You can get a pretty much gist of whatever it is by reading the first sentence or two.
I'm gonna have to go through. Do somebody else while I read through all this because it's gonna take me a while.
Well, I mean, yeah. But anyways, this is more for role-playing purposes than it. There's really the only bonus you're getting to your character sheet are the things that are in bold, your skill proficiencies, your tools, and additional languages and stuff like that. So.
What page?
What
What page?
Hold on, let me scroll back up to the top so I can tell you.
I just didn't know if you heard me.
127 127 is where the first background at the acolyte starts.
I have made my decision.
Okay.
I'm going to take the path of the totem warrior at this point.
Okay.
I'm going to be the spiritual guy.
Yeah, and if you just fill it out on the Excel spreadsheet, I'll go into Roll20
Oh,
and put them in
what
there.
Oh, I see. What does campaign mean?
Just
Player what?
Just put Secret of the 12 Crystals or Ancient Evils, either one. Stephanie, are you still reading through them?
And then player name
the
and
backgrounds,
character
yeah.
name.
Okay.
What's the difference between that?
And there's actually a website that offers a bit more, or you can make up your own and put whatever proficiencies you want. I actually, encourage creativity over just picking something from a book. So if you just have an idea you want, you can tell me, and then we'll figure out what skills and whatever you get.
So, I have a quick question just about this Excel sheet here.
Mhm.
So there's a spot for a player name and spot for a character name.
Yeah, player name
Just-
obviously would be Alex.
Just obviously my name, and then character name is whatever I decide to do.
Yeah, whatever your character.
And then my race, if my race isn't in here, should I choose custom? I
Your
don't
race
think
should be in there. Barbarian's
I
your
don't-
class. What race did you choose?
Oh, I see. I didn't choose a race. That's the issue.
Okay.
What race? Okay, so I'm a barbarian, but what race am I?
What do you
Well,
want?
I'm not
What
going
kind
to
of
be.
race do you want to be? Do you want to be like a big buff kind of race?
Yeah,
Um,
I'll probably be a big burly warrior.
okay,
So
I'd
probably a.
go with half orc or Goliath. Um,
Okay, I'm going to be Goliath.
or human. Humans never a bad,
And sub race is not in here for some reason.
Dragonborns or beefcake. Dwarfs make good barbarians. Dwarfs are they get bonuses to their constitution.
Yeah.
Dragonborns
Yeah,
can
you know.
breathe fire.
Yeah, you know. Let's be a dwarf. I'm going to be a dwarf. And my sub race is Hill, Mountain, and Dweeger. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and be a mountain. But I'm also going to be, so I can be a mountain dwarf that's a barbarian. I can be that thing.
Yeah, there's sub. Just choose one of the sub races. There's
I'm
actually
going to
the
be
tiefling
large.
has sub races. Dan, I need to look at it real quick. I've never played a tiefling before. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. What the heck? Looks like there's hold on. There's the all these must be introduced in the DMG or something. There's a feral tiefling, and then just your normal tiefling, and then the subclasses are Devil's Tongue, Hellfire, or Winged.
Is this something I should be deciding?
Well, I'm just gonna go with the regular standard.
Well, what do the other ones do?
I will tell you. The standard is what we discussed. The Devil's Tongue. Know the Vicious Mock. Okay, so these just kind of change what spells you have at your disposal. Resistance to fire damage. Winged. You get bat-like wings. And Devil's Tongue. Resistance to fire, and you just know a different spell. So you just need to choose from Devil's Tongue and Hellfire. You either get the Vicious Mockery, which is a distracting kind of spell, or the I'm not even trying. Just another spell that is kind of like the equivalent. Doesn't really matter. They're both pretty much the same. We're just gonna go. Oh wait, and then there's the
I
standard.
think would be most helpful.
Yeah, just go with the. I would just say go with the standard. It's the standard, and it looks like the standard in the Hellfire are the same.
I like there's an option here to be raised by wolves.
Oh yeah, for the ranger. Or
No,
for
this is
for the
Outlander.
Outlander, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I've used that one before. I played a half orc that was raised by wolves.
That's pretty funny.
Half orc monk that was raised by wolves.
What the fuck?
Oh.
What?
Oh, there's my pencil. Hey, that's my fucking pencil, my niggas. Damn.
Whoa, dude.
Dude.
Streaming, dude.
Oh,
shit.
snap. Breaking the law.
I forgot we were.
Yeah. You're not the only one that forgets, Dan.
Dan.
That was a joke that I was deliberately.
That was a joke too.
The thing was, is I deliberately intended to censor everything you said.
Deliberately intended to say
But
it.
We were still broadcasting live on Twitch, and you said it.
Yeah,
is
didn't
what I'm
forget
saying.
that.
Yeah.
It was meant to be edited out. No one.
Well, it's not.
Don't worry, nobody's listening.
I can't hear you over your.
Don't worry, there's a whole 0 people watching right now.
I can't hear you over your butt hurt, Al.
How my butt hurt.
Oh, no.
What?
No, I was just,
I don't
calling
know.
people butt hurt.
Oh.
Apparently, we're all butt hurt, so.
I thought
Yeah.
you just
Especially Alex.
Especially me for some odd reason. Nobody knows why, but
I know why.
enlighten all of us, dude.
Because you're a butthurt baby.
Oh. Dude, why am I...
Gotcha, buddy. You got shreked.
I guess so. Dude, my fucking color's pink, dude. I'm a pink
Get
bitch.
pinked on, dude.
Get pink
That should
on,
be your
dude.
character's name, Alex. Is Shrek,
Shrek?
and you should be a half-orc.
No, I already named. I
Shrek.
already named my character. So
Oh, that'd be amazing if you were
I
Shrek.
already named my character. So.
Uh,
It'd still be amazing if you were Shrek.
No,
Who's
well I'm
last
not.
name?
Well I'm not. I'm not Shrek. So sorry to break to everybody.
Great,
All right.
thanks.
I gotta change.
What is
focus.
this? What is this? This speed that I can choose? Can I choose any speed that I want, or?
No, you should have a speed from your race.
It does not choose one for me for some reason. When I chose dwarf, it did not automatically fill that up.
Go to the variant and just click on the standard or whatever.
0, you mean?
Hold on.
Because there's speed and there's adjustment. There's an adjustment category.
Like race, you have dwarf, and then sub race. What do you have?
Mountain.
Okay. It should say speed 25. Oh yeah. Do you have a adjustment? Should be blank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just delete adjustment. It should say 25.
Gotcha. And my vision should be dark vision 60.
Yeah.
And then background, obviously, I don't really know. I think I'm gonna be a fucking hermit, to be honest with you.
Solid.
So, I want to be I'm gonna be like sort of like a big bitch that just stays to myself.
Dude, how am I supposed to have sex with you if you stay to yourself?
Well,
That's why you have it with me.
Yeah, no. I come out of my hermit shell whenever you're.
Dude, do I use my silver tongue to bring you out of my hermit shell?
Yeah, you
Really
do.
upset.
Dude, I'm gonna freaking slide like a fox right into you.
Dude, are you gonna fucking lick your tongue all over me, dude?
Dude, I'm gonna fuck you like an animal, Alex.
Oh
is-
shit, dude, this is kind of hot.
This is kind of erotic.
Can we just get to the role play? Forget character creation, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
let's just start talking about how Dan wants to tongue me with his silver tongue, dude. Can you insert your like whatever they are like on your head into my rectum maybe?
Oh, dude, that'll be Bernie, but yeah.
Oh, dude, that'll burn a little bit. That'll make it even better.
Give me a dex check.
Yeah, check my dex, baby.
Yeah, we'll see how well you can handle.
Yeah, how big is your dex?
Dude, my dex isn't stretched out that much.
Yeah, gotta have
It's
a
not-
big dex. Dex
Dude,
is
but
size.
Dan has kind of a small dex, so
Hey, it'll work.
It's not-
it'll do the job though.
It's
So
not the
what are all
size
these?
of your dex. It's how well you
What are all
roll.
these different tabs? We got like all sorts of stuff. We got adventure logs, character sheets.
Yeah, you only need. You don't need the spell casting. So all you need is the start tab and then there's just different pages of character sheet. But those are all for printout. You don't have to fill out any of the blue tabs
I gotcha. No problem there.
unless you want to like start buying equipment on the character sheet too. You can do equipment that way, but.
I want to feel you from the inside. Sorry.
Okay, so
Anyway.
anyways, I don't know. We might be able to salvage something here. So you while you guys are looking at your backgrounds, some things about the game I need answered so I can start writing up stuff. I want each of you guys to have a little bit of flavor in this campaign. So name something, and I'm going to go each one of you one at a time. Name something you would like to add to the setting. For instance, nature is more alive or active, or every 3 months there's a blood moon and the dead rise, or elves are outcasts, whatever. Add your little flavor that you want to be a part of this campaign. It could be
Sweet.
anything.
Can I add zombies?
Zombies are already part of D&D, so how do you want zombies to be a part of it?
That was just...
Oh, wow, I just now caught on to that. I must be drinking.
Wow, you did just catch on to that?
Yeah.
Hey,
I was
Jared.
so focused on my thought, I wasn't even... Yeah, anyways,
least-
go ahead.
Hey, Jared, at least you and I are on the same boat, you know?
Mhm.
So that's all right.
How about every 1,000 years, a being from an alternate plane comes over and begins harvesting souls to manifest a physical form, and this is the year 1,000.
All right, well, there
That's
goes my
fucking
whole plot.
stupid.
Jeez. No.
Sorry, guys.
There goes everything I worked
Yeah.
on all goddamn day.
Hence ancient evils. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're fine.
No, I was just making something up. I don't know.
No, that's
I have
fine.
one. I have one. I have one. I
has
have
one.
Good one.
Dude, Al.
Yeah.
I have one. I have one.
All right. Here's what I want to incorporate into the world. Every
Buddy hurts sometimes.
every month, there is a phenomenon that causes all natural beings, whether it be trees or plants or animals, to, for some reason, turn ape shit and start fucking everybody up. I want that to be a thing.
So, like plants or nature, like any is it
Like, yeah, nature. I mean, nature. I mean, like plants, animals. They'd all of a sudden, like, whatever's around there on like the 30 or the last day of every month or something, they just start like
nature
coming
has
to
PMS.
life and
All right.
start. Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Nature forgot to put their tampon in.
So what actually happens? Because I didn't get a real definition from
So
it.
basically, on the last day of every month, anything that's within nature, whether it be plants or animals or what have you, sort of come to life, and they only want to go and attack us for whatever reason. So they just start trying to fuck us up, and we have to defend ourselves and murder all of it.
Oh, that'd be great for my character because I think I want to have her to be an outlander, so she kind of lives
Yeah.
in the woods and stuff. So she kind of knows like this thing that happens and kind of
There you
has like.
go.
Does she have any way of like?
So-
That's what I like to hear.
That's kind of what we're aiming for here is when we're talking about these stuff and backgrounds and stuff. So like you being the nature person, you would get like advantage, what we call advantage, where you get to roll 2d20s and take the better of the two on rolls that have to deal with nature because you've lived in it. So
I have a question.
yeah,
How do I change my character's emblem?
emblem.
What I
The
look like when people see me?
Oh, just send me the picture and I'll do it.
Fine.
You can just drag it if you go to your character sheet and click on it where the little picture is, and you click on edit.
Because I wanted to see if this was the right scale.
You can just drag.
throw
the
it in
picture.
there and let me know if that works.
Okay.
Because I wanted to make sure it was visible enough. But I tried cropping it a little more, but it started to cut out some of her like badassery, and I didn't want to do too much of that. So
Oh, that's a pretty sweet picture.
yeah, that's what I was doing this whole time. Not gonna lie.
I'm just gonna save it to my folder here.
So, how can I type in my personality traits? Because it doesn't let me choose.
Yeah, the way the book does it is you roll and or you can just pick from the one like the personality traits that they give you. If you when you
Yeah, but like
I'll be right
on
back.
the Excel
I'll be
on the
back in a
Excel on the Excel sheet, it doesn't like let me write anything.
it's a drop down menu.
Jared.
Yeah, but even if I hit the drop down menu, like I selected Outlander as my background, but it doesn't allow me to choose my personality traits or ideals or bonds.
Gold bond.
It's all blank.
You know what I hate about me?
Mm.
Is sometimes I'll get like in a train of thought where I'm trying to like think something out, and then I'll get the final, like I'll get it all in order, like all the ducks in the row, and then I'll just start talking because I haven't been listening to see if anybody else is. So Jared's like, Stephanie, how about this thing? And you're like, I think I'm gonna be like, oh, hey, how about, oh, fuck.
Yeah, you get on me about that all the time, man.
Hey, I'm allowed to be a hypocrite. Fuck.
Did you select an origin?
I selected a background.
Yeah, and then under there's background, then feature, and then origin.
I don't see origin.
Okay. Delete Outlander in background and reselect it. And you don't have anything in the rename, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay. Yeah, because when you select your background, the origin, Yeah, it's something with your background there. Delete it to where it's blank, and then do the pull down menu and go and select Outlander again.
All right. Oh God, I'm doing it again.
It's not.
Do you have macros enabled?
I do.
Okay, because I'm doing the same thing on
Dan's
sheet, and it's
working.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. Make sure your rename is completely deleted.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not letting me do that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is.
Well, when we're done, you can just choose them and write them down and send them to me. And when you're done, send me the sheet, and I'll figure it out. I don't want to.
Okay. I can. Oh, okay. So it looks like I can just double click and just write it in. So I'll just do that.
Yeah, you can just write it. It should work.
All right, I have a question.
Sure.
How much more format do we have to do before we can actually get started?
Really, you guys just gotta pick after the background. You just pick your skill proficiencies and then equipment. And
Okay,
we probably won't actually get any combat tonight, so you don't need to worry about equipment.
No, but I would like to at least do something that's not this.
I understand. I know.
Well, that's probably not going to happen. So
Yeah,
it'll happen.
When you spend an hour trying to figure out
what is region? Like, is that just like a region of the place you're in?
Yeah, you can leave that blank. Don't worry about it.
Okay. And so the only thing we got to worry about is background, which is I'm going to be a hermit, and the feature. What is that? Is that not a thing? I don't think.
Some backgrounds have multiple features. It may auto choose one for you, or it may leave it blank. Just depends.
No, it's just blank. Okay. So after I figure out all this stuff, what else do I got to figure out?
The personality traits you don't have to do two. You can just
okay.
And you can also just type in your own. It's just kind of this is supposed to help. This is for people who aren't creative and can't think of their own background. It's kind of there to help them come up with something. So if you don't like anything that they have, just make up your own. And that's not 100. I mean, like, we can hash all that out later. Like, I play with a lot of people who don't make their backgrounds until 3 or 4 sessions in because they want to figure out the setting and everything. So
can I like type a 2 in like prematurely and then like edit it as we continue on, or?
Yeah, as long as it's one of those orange squares, you can change. You're not going to mess up any formulas or anything. You can type in whatever and then delete it.
Okay. Because it's under the personality traits, so I just typed in 2, which I kind of I'm kind of going with what my story and background is, but I'm kind of just going to keep them. It's okay if I keep them sort of vague, right?
And if you just send it to me whenever we get it hashed out, I could just always put it on a new sheet, and we'll make sure it gets all. But for now, it's just for the session 0. It's just something we have to go off of for whatever. So the rest of that is, the other thing are the skills. The reason why I was talking about background is because your background can add to the skills you get. We don't need to boggle down time with that if you just kind of.
All right.
Want to pick some skills and we can worry about that later and fix it later.
Jared.
What?
We're going to go into super speed to get my shit hashed out, okay? Mm-hmm. I got a background for me.
Okay.
Okay, I was a daughter of somebody who is very well-known and renowned, famous, if you will. And he was famous for... I don't know. He was wealthy for some reason. I'll figure out that in a little bit. But he got wealthy doing dirty things.
Ooh,
sometimes
what kind of dirty things?
He was a legit man sometimes, but other times he did some sketchy business and sketchy things to people to get to where he was. One of those people didn't take too kindly to it. So,
damn, you're hot, Dan.
So the person that got jaded came to where we lived. I was just a little girl. And killed my mom, killed my dad, and blinded me in the process. And I ran away, escaped, and am now a vengeful badass.
Hot bitch.
To not only exact revenge on the person, but also just all evildoers in the universe.
You can
nice.
Just if you don't mind, like typing that out, because I'll take notes.
I'll write a whole thing over the time. I just wanted something for now.
But yeah, that's
what
cool.
Would my bonuses be then?
I just chose noble because you know life of privilege or whatever.
Because it looked like some of these had multiple bonuses.
Yeah. So you can choose as a you get history and persuasion for the background. So I'm doing this too. So.
Dude, tell your dog to shut up.
Because I was thinking of
hear
going
that?
something
Jeez.
kind of like the charlatan type skill proficiencies, where like
Um,
because Dad was kind of deceitful and did some not so great things, I'm also kind of naturally good at being,
Deception.
forgery and sleight of hand and disguise and stuff like that. I was thinking something along those lines. Unless you can think of something that fits me a little better.
So stealth makes sense for you, I would assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need one more. I've got deception, history, persuasion, sleight of hand, stealth, insight. I guess would that be one?
Sure. And then what are these also including tool proficiencies? Because those are skill proficiencies, right?
Yeah, the tools will they give you an additional bonus to like for instance thieves tools. You can't pick a lock if you don't have thieves tools, so they enable you to be able to pick a lock.
I'll probably do that with regards to.
But like some things, well, like if you get like a special proficient, like for instance the bard, if they're proficient, have a special weapon, it'll give them a bonus to their perform. So just stuff like that. So those are just like if you have a disguise kit, you have all the tools you need to disguise yourself as, and you'll get a +2, or I may be generous and just give you advantage on the roll.
Now, how many proficiencies can you have? Is it just 2?
No, you got 6, and what I just told you, the skills I just told you, are the ones you're proficient in. Anybody can roll any skill, but if you're proficient in it, you get bonuses to it that are incorporated.
Okay, so how am I choosing which ones I'm proficient in? Then
We just went through them: deception, history, insight,
Where can I do
persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth are your proficient skills.
Okay. I'm under the skills tab. Can you go through it one more
Yeah,
time?
we'll put those on Roll20. Just where the pull down menu is on Roll20.
Yeah.
Uh,
Go through them one more time so I can look at it.
yeah, just where it says no, just put yes.
Okay. what
But
is it?
you're under deception,
Okay.
history.
Yes. Why is history?
Why is it history? That was an accident, actually.
You son of
Deception, insight,
a... Okay.
persuasion,
Persuasion.
sleight of hand,
Okay.
stealth,
Okay.
and then we need one more because I accidentally did history as one.
Okay. Well, I was thinking it'd be kind of funny to do perception because I have such strong hearing. I can almost
that makes sense.
I can almost do like the Daredevil type thing where I'm really in tune with my environment because I've kind of had to be being blind.
Perception's actually a very useful skill. It covers a lot of bases, so that would make sense.
All right, so those are great. Now, where should I put these core stats? What should I prioritize? Because I'm pretty middle of the road, but what should be my most priority? Obviously, charisma. So I think I'm going to put 15 in charisma because I want to be super charismatic. Right?
Yeah, I kind of did some of this for you.
I didn't know. I never updated here. I was just going to do it here. So I was going to do 15 charisma, right? And then how should I do the other ones? How should I
Where do you want your lowest stat?
Well, it just depends. What's the least beneficial to really perceptive, smart, and charismatic rogue?
Shit. Probably either Constitution, Strength. Intelligence always good for knowledge rolls, but you don't have any proficiencies in knowledges. Wisdom is good for...
Now, if I don't have a
that's gonna help
proficiency,
you.
that means I might want to...
Proficiency just means you get to add your proficiency bonus to the skill. So you
Right,
just
so
get
I would
more
want
points.
to pad the ones that I don't...
You
aren't
definitely
good.
want the skills you choose to be... so your skills are charisma, wisdom, dex... Yeah, charisma, wisdom, and dex should be your 3 highest.
Okay. Okay, so then where should I put these other ones? Because I have 2 14s, 3 14s, a 13, and a 12.
Okay, well, keep in mind you're getting an additional +2 to your charisma for your race and an additional +1 to your intelligence because of your race.
Okay, so then what I think I'll do is I think I'll actually do 14 on charisma. and save that 15 for my intelligence, just because I don't have much in the bonus for it. All right, where should I put the other 2 14s? Probably dexterity, right? For a
Okay, yeah.
rogue?
So what I as your final score, here's what I have, and you can change it however you want. But I've got going down in order from strength, dex, con, and intelligence. Wisdom. I've got 12, 14, 14, 14, 15, 16.
Why do I have a 16?
That's with your +2 to charisma from your 14. You get a
Can you
+2.
can you negate those so I know what the raw data are? So I
The
know what
raw is 12, 14, 14, 13, 15, 14.
Okay, so 14, 15 into wisdom or intelligence?
Wisdom is 15.
Okay, so 14 for intelligence.
Oh, did you want the 15 in intelligence?
No, you're probably smarter at this than I am, so I'm going with you.
Well, you get a +1 to your intelligence for your race, so I put
cool.
the 13 there.
So I should, when I'm putting that in to this, should I be putting in 16 because the +1?
No, that score there should be the first numbers I did, the final score with your racial.
Okay, so then just give me those numbers. I'll just type in
Okay,
exactly.
so from the top, starting with strength, going down, do 12,
12,
14,
14,
14,
14.
14, 14.
14 again?
Yeah, and then
Yep.
15, 16.
And then 15, 16.
Okay, and then what else do I need to do in here before I am done?
That's about it.
You need to you can do the check bar or the check boxes for dexterity and intelligence.
Wait,
So the save proficiency.
The save prop?
Yeah, the save proficiency. Do check the intelligence. Shit, what did
Yeah.
I say? Dexterity and
charisma?
intelligence.
Why dexterity and intelligence?
That's what the rogue gets. They get they're proficient in dexterity and intelligence because they're
Okay.
skillful and they're dexterous.
like
And what that
save
does is give you a bonus to your saves, and you get to add your proficiency to dex saves and intelligence saves.
Okay.
Should I be adding this to the roll 20 character sheet and the?
For now, you just get to. I mean, I can do it for you, or you can do it. It's the reason why we're doing it for him is because he doesn't have any other character sheet. So, but I will add them to roll 20 if you do not.
Okay.
All I need is your Excel.
How do I figure out hit points, speed, initiative, armor class, all that shit?
I got that for you.
Should I type that in though?
No.
Or should I do it?
You should type in your current and your max will be the same. Your current hit points are 10.
10. Seems low.
Your
It
first
is.
level.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you
next.
get max. Your hit dice is a D8. You get max at first level, so 8 plus your con bonus, which is 2, so that's 10.
Okay. All right. Next thing.
Speed is, I think it's 30 for you. Let me look at here. Speed is 30.
And then what's the temp HP?
Don't worry about that.
So I
Just
keep
put
it
that at
zero,
0.
Okay.
Don't need to worry about anything else on this tab. Go to
Not even armor or anything.
go to the armor tab,
Okay.
and you're gonna have to pick some armor, and that's gonna affect your AC there on the core stats.
Okay.
So we'll get into equipment. I mean, we're not gonna get into combat today. I'm not gonna do any combat, so you don't need to worry about it right now.
Okay.
All you need for this, if we do a little mini session, is to your skills.
Okay.
How do I edit my name?
Of course, if I say, hey, you're at a bar, and you guys like, I want to fight this guy, then we'll have to figure something out.
All right. Now under core stats, I have this bonus penalty. Should I worry about that?
Oh no, those the bonus penalties are for like if, for instance, if you're within 10 feet of a paladin, you get a +4 to saves, so you can add that bonus if you're near them, and it'll do all that. And when you click on the dice roll, it'll incorporate all that into the macros for you.
Okay. So how do I do this skills thing?
All right, so let's say you're like, I want to sneak into this. I want to sneak in through the window. I say, roll a stealth check. Right where it says stealth, right before there's a little picture of a D20 dice. Click on that, and it'll roll it for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. If you look at the skills tab,
Yep.
we filled out the top skills area, and then there's this another thing that's like skill, stat, proficient, bonus, total, skills.
None of those will. You'll probably put Thieves Tool into the custom, but for
So
now,
I have no other skills?
no, all those skills are right there.
I guess I'm...
If you're rolling athletics, you would roll athletics there. What do you mean? No, those are all the skills that we'll ever need.
Okay, Jared, look at... So you see how you have acrobatics and all that
Yeah.
stuff? Not that part. Below it.
Yeah.
What is this belower stuff?
That's
It
the,
says custom one.
the custom one. I said you'll probably put your Thieves Tool in there. Tools in there.
So I have no other custom skills.
No, those are for like
Not even my flaming amp.
Well, that's not a skill. Like flaming antlers, you wouldn't.
Well, I didn't think
if anything,
Thieves
you would roll an
Tool-
attack or something for it. That would be either a spell or an attack. Probably a cantrip, which we'll get into.
Okay, so
Because you're gonna have some spells, but we don't need to worry about it right now. I feel like that.
Okay. And what does the Thieves Tools do? It's my
The stat is Dex.
dex.
Proficient, yes.
Yep.
And then I forget what the bonus is, but I'll fix it. Don't worry.
Okay.
But that's for like picking locks. You'll roll that, and we'll.
All right, I'm gonna fill out this background stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's.
guess.
Well, I mean, I can.
Wobbly wobbly wop.
I can just copy and paste them from the PDF and put them on there. You don't need to worry about all that.
Well, you don't know my.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah.
Weight.
If you're not doing one from the book, then yes.
I'm doing a thing. I'm doing whatever the roll 20 stuff is.
Okay, cool.
I'm. Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. I'm filling out the stuff on Roll20 because my Excel sheet is just not really working. So I'm just filling out, transferring everything from there to here.
Okay.
And to save is just to exit out, right? Does it save automatically?
It saves automatically. As long as you.
Okay.
I made a funny.
What you make?
It says gender, age, height, and all that stuff. For eyes, I picked none.
Ha!
That's hilarious. Now, what does size mean?
Medium. You're all medium.
I'm a medium size.
Yeah, like giants are large, and stuff like that. So it just depends. But for all the base classes, they're all medium.
That's pretty funny. There's an option here for vision. What do I say for that?
You get dark vision 60 feet. Those of you who do not get the dwarfs also, I think, going to get 60-foot dark vision.
Okay, now how do we incorporate
And
the
so
fact
will the
that I'm
half-elf.
blind, but I have how do we incorporate the fact that I'm blind but have extra like sensory stuff?
Oh yeah, you're blind, so you're not going to have zero. You're not going to have any vision. Yeah, that's right.
Well, I thought you said that we would use that 60 into something else to kind of.
Well, you'll have probably like what you'll have is tremor sense. I'll probably give you 30 feet on that, which means that basically if something is touching the ground within 30 feet, you'll know it. So like even if they're stealthing, if they're not stealthing good enough to not disturb the ground, then
Now should I barter with you for further distance, or do I just accept what you give me, Master?
30 foot tremor sense is actually pretty generous. Tremor sense in general is pretty generous, actually. But I mean, getting rid of sight is kind of huge. So you could probably barter if you wanted to.
This was a huge disadvantage for my character, so she is made up for it.
The issue is that every time a character gets within 30 feet of you, I've got to make a roll to make sure to see if you detect them or not.
I'm gonna be rolling a lot.
Well, I'll be rolling a lot because I'll just be rolling to see if they.
Okay, so then what if I instead decide that like, okay, I've only harnessed 30 feet, but I'm real good at detecting in 30 feet. How would I barter with that?
We could say that you're very good at hearing and tremor sense, which means you can hear very well. So we'll give you advantage on perception rolls to listen, but you won't be able to roll perceptions to see. But you can roll when you roll perceptions. It'll be either tremor sense or listen to detect something or someone, for instance.
So then, how would I incorporate the fact that I have a bonus towards that? Would that go under skills again?
It's just essentially going to be the same as rolling a spot check, but for you, you're sensing the ground and not with your eyes.
Right, but I said I would get a bonus to that, so I would put that in my skills, right?
Yeah, bonus advantage means you just roll 2d20s instead of 1, and you take the better of the 2 rolls.
Do I need to write that down anywhere so we know that?
Yeah, you can write it down wherever you want. Just somewhere where you know that you have advantage on rolls to sense people on the ground. Like if it's somebody flying, obviously you're not gonna get the tremor sense, but you may still hear them, and you'll get advantage on the hearing too because.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trust you to write that down and know where to place it because I still haven't gotten the full answer.
If I say everybody make a listen check, just remind me that you have advantage on it because you're blind.
All right.
Okay, so typically when you roll a skill check, you roll 1d20 and you add your bonus to it. So if it's a 5, and let's say you rolled a 10 and your skill is a 5, so you'd get a 15. Say I have a 15. And I would have a DC that you have to, like, say the DC was 15. You roll a 15, that means you met it and you succeeded. If you have advantage, you get to roll 2d20s and take the better of the 2 rolls and then add the proficiency. So it helps.
Okay.
You get to, yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. If you have disadvantage, you roll 2d20s and take the worst of the 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
that's why every time you roll, there's 2 numbers shown, the 19 and the 3 there. It's because this thing will roll like that every time. You always take the first number. If I have advantage, you'll take the higher of the 2. If I say you have disadvantage, you'll take the lower of the 2. So if you had disadvantage, you rolled a 3. If you had advantage, you rolled a 19. Normally, you rolled a 19. So.
Yeah.
Are you letting us pick our own skills?
Your class will give you skills that you can choose from that you can be proficiency in. Anybody can roll any skill. It's just to choose which ones you're proficient in.
I got you. Because I've.
So, on this, should I have vision as none, or what should I do?
Oh, I see.
Just type in trimmer 30 feet.
I see. It automatically gives us total amounts of stuff.
If you look on core stats, it gives you a proficiency bonus, which is going to increase as your levels increase, and you get to add that to things you're proficient to. So
you're saying
what?
Sorry, you're saying tremor, right? Not trimmer.
Trimmer, like an earthquake tremor.
So tremor.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, sounds like you're saying trimmer is like a beard trimmer.
That's just my.
Is there a certain?
I'm just making sure I wasn't writing it in wrong.
Is there a certain formula we use for hit points and speed, or is that just?
Say that again.
Is there a certain formula that we use for hit points and speed and initiative and armor class and all that stuff?
You get a D12 since you're barbarian, so D12 plus your Constitution modifier. What is your Constitution score?
Its Constitution is 16 with a modifier of 3.
Yeah, so it'd be 15 is your hit points.
15 is my hit points.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of opportunities to make that number bigger.
Speed is what is the speed calculation?
I think your speed's 60 feet.
Okay. And then initiative bonus. I don't really think we have any.
No bonus. Those will be like when you get
armor
level
class.
4. We'll worry about that. Until level 4, you don't need to worry about initiative bonuses.
All right, and then skills is automatically set up and proficient. How do we know what we're proficient in?
Where it says no, you just click on that and you put yes on the ones that you have that you're proficient in.
Okay. How do we know? Is there a guide that
on your Excel spreadsheet? Did you select your proficient skills?
No.
If you go on that first thing, there should be a skills box. And it'll say selected blank out of blank, whatever. It'll give you a number out of number. And you're to choose under the proficiency box. And it'd even say, like, you may get some for your race, your background. For instance, Dan, for his background, he gets history and persuasion. So he's
you keep saying history. I don't get history.
I see.
It's because I chose noble as your background, which isn't. It's just something I chose because it's better than having a block.
I see character details and then skills, but there's nothing in skills.
Under all of the skills, does it say selected? See where it says selected? or like race.
I see a little dot that I can select under skills.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit more, and it'll say selected at the bottom of like where it says investigation and survival. Below that, there'll be like race, backgrounds, class. I'm talking about the Excel spreadsheet, by the way.
Okay, hold on. Okay, when I pull up my Excel spreadsheet, I see ability scores. And underneath that, I see class and level, character details, and languages.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Right
underneath,
below that, you should see 4 skills.
yeah, 4 skills. Okay, and underneath, the last one I see is investigation and survival. Underneath that box is ability scores, improvements, and feats.
Yeah, but in the skills box underneath investigation and survival, there should be more stuff in that box, like race, background,
yeah.
class.
For some reason that shit ain't popping up. I don't know why. Damn
Weird.
it.
I don't know why it's not working for you guys. Huh?
Fuck me.
So your entire skills box is just
It's just a list of the skills is all it is.
That's interesting.
Which is
Huh.
weird.
Well,
If I refresh this page, it'll be all right, right?
yeah, I mean it'll kick you out
All
of
of my
the
information
game
will be saved?
yeah, it saves it as long as you when you type it in a box, you click off the box or whatever, it auto saves.
Okay. Did you ever end up throwing my picture on?
Oh yeah, I got distracted.
No, you're fine. I was making sure that it wasn't my thing not loading.
But yeah, if you guys don't want to add something to the setting, that's fine. But I've got Alex's. I need everybody else's.
Okay. And so when I'm adding something to the setting, what does that mean exactly? Obviously, he added PMS stuff. But
It could be anything, just something that you want to be part of the campaign. Something you want to add to the campaign, like if you want. It could even be like there's a city that's full of human camels that gamble, that have a gambling addiction. I don't know, whatever.
Now, I have a question.
What?
Is it stupid for me to do something that hinders my character?
No, because
No, in fact, that makes him.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want periodic thunderstorms that completely destroy my hearing and ability to feel tremor.
Okay, I was thinking more like, well, I'm okay. They would, but you just want thunderstorms and stuff.
I don't know. I was just trying to think of something.
Yeah, I gotcha. I just didn't want you to think of it as something that is particular to your character. Just the
No, I
world
mean
in
obviously
general.
thunderstorms would affect other
Yeah,
people too.
exactly.
But
So
I just thought it'd be interesting that it really, because my character loses like what she has.
they're
at
not
certain-
just above your head and affect only you. They affect the entire world. All right. So thunderstorms.
I don't know. I feel like I should have like a pro and con to mine. You know what I mean? Like that trade-off.
Yeah, I mean that's what the flaw section is for. Like
Yeah.
for me, like my character just loves to drink, and she's just like, she's very skilled. It's kind of like
Man, I'm glad I'm
the
fucking you, Alex.
no,
Wow,
no,
come
no.
on, please fuck me. That's what I
No,
want.
it's just one of those things where like she does like a good job of just like being out in the wilderness and healthy or whatever. But like occasionally when there's like a traveling band, like she loves to like hang out with them and stuff like that, and she just
Oh shit,
loves life. And
she loves hanging out.
no, that's not what I meant.
Oh yeah,
She's no, she's completely clean. She's completely clean.
is she? Is
Yeah,
she really?
she is. She is.
So I just need Stephanie's, and you don't have to come out if you don't want to do anything. That's fine, or if you want to give it to me later, that's fine.
I'm like trying to figure out what I want to do now because like I'm almost hesitant because I feel like it should have some sort of benefit to me because all that.
As long as you give it to me before next session.
Okay. Well then, yeah. Leave
Oh
mine blank.
shit! Someone just opened up a fucking beer.
Leave mine blank for now, Jared. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
I need to create a homework tab so I know what to do.
Homework tab.
Yeah. Don't write
Actually,
me a report.
I might change her flaw to something more interesting.
Yeah. Well, there's also you're not limited to the one flaw. Like handicaps and flaws only create roleplay opportunities, and when you roleplay really well, especially your flaws and stuff, you get action points and stuff, which we'll get into. We don't need to worry about that right now. But if you go to the campaign page under the forums, I have all that listed on there. If you get bored one day, but
Okay.
What's up?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So obviously I know what a flaw is, but what's an ideals and a bond?
Yeah, ideals are kind of
Complicated.
Yeah.
Great, helpful.
Well, ideals is what your character's beliefs are, like their set of beliefs.
Yeah.
Like, for example, mine is, I believe in change. Life is like the seasons, in constant change, and we must change with it. And then there's another one here where their ideal is glory, where their focus is to earn glory in battle for myself and my clan. And then, you know, just things like that, where their true basic
Yeah, for the
ideal that defines that
yeah,
character.
for the noble, which I'm not saying that's what we're doing for you, but there's respect, responsibility, independence, power, family, and then noble obligation, and each one of them gives like for instance, respect is due to me because of my position. Responsibility is it is my duty to respect the authority of those above me. Independence, I must prove that I can handle myself. Blah blah. Power, if I can attain more power, no one will tell me what to do. Family, blood runs thicker than water. Noble obligation, it is my duty
All right.
to protect and care for the people beneath me. Blah blah. So
Well then how about this, Jared? I mean, do I have everything filled out enough to start playing at this
yeah,
point?
you don't actually the ideal and bond and stuff are just there to help those who don't have a background. If you got a whole background that you're going to be writing out, all of those blanks are going to be filled in.
Okay.
I
Well,
have a
then-
feeling.
Are you planning on staying up a little bit later tonight? Like doing something after like everybody gets
I'm
off
good.
of this? We could work through it like immediately after this. Get my shit just hammered out.
Yeah, I'm good to go whenever. I know that. I think you said Stephanie has to back out, so I kind of want to get anything that has her to do with her. Out
No.
of the way.
I'm
know,
talking about
it's-
after all this. Like you
it's-
know how we usually hang out at 12 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I mean like that type of thing. Do you want
I
to do
can-
that tonight and hammer out my shit?
I can stay up a little later if you guys want.
Okay,
that's
that's
up
fine.
to you. I don't want to.
Mhm.
You know.
But I'm just
impose-
talking about afterwards, Jared.
Okay, because it's not a big deal. Because like Friday I work, but then Saturday I don't work, so
Okay.
I don't have to like worry about being
I'm a
deprived.
little bit exhausted, but that's just because I always am.
It's because we're not doing shit.
I think we're doing lots of stuff. I'm
Okay.
researching. I'm writing my biography. It's great.
Can I get an answer, please? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be impatient, but
Yes, I have to check with something. I told Andrea something. I just have to confirm something. Then I'll get back to you on your answer.
Okay, thank you.
With an answer.
What about alignment? What the farts does that mean?
I don't do alignment. Basically, you roleplay your character however your character is, and that's it. Alignment
Okay,
is
what
like,
about known languages?
huh?
I can explain what alignment is,
I can
Yeah.
explain
He
what a
doesn't
language
use
is.
it, so it doesn't matter.
but I use it for my.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you could
think-
choose one if you want, but
No. It's something that happens. Okay, listen, you're gonna hate me for this, Dan. But on Tumblr, it's kind of like a meme kind of thing where
Listen to what she's saying,
I'm
you bitch.
listening. I'm
people-
listening.
where's
There's something
the
on
cool
Tumblr
activity?
where I heard her.
It's a cool activity where you take like a set of characters from like a show or something, and you kind of like try to figure out what their alignment is. Kind of like you
Is
try
that
to
that
figure out.
havoc neutral shit?
Yeah, where it's like chaotic good.
Yeah,
chaotic
dude.
lawful
Somebody give me a
good.
list of what the
that.
options are so I can pick what my character is.
They have them
Oh.
on page. Give me a second.
On page
I don't think they have a page.
2065, dude. 2065.
Dude, that's a year.
Yeah, dude. Dude, do you think we're going to be alive in 2065?
Freaking doubt.
Damn, dude. Hey, Jared. Are
yeah.
you fucking drunk, dude?
No.
The way he said it.
You would know if I was drunk.
Dude, because I'm feeling a little bit tipsy at this point.
I even
I'm a
started
little buzzed.
thinking-
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been buzzed since 5 o'clock.
I haven't buzzed since I've got home, dude. But still,
I've been buzzed
dude.
since I mixed it in with my coffee this morning.
I've been buzzed since I put it in my veins intravenously last night. I literally poured the last bit of vodka into this Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
So.
It's
Do you still have
it's role-playing
the,
juice, man.
The Captain Morgans?
Probably somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, actually, I shouldn't say probably. Yeah. I've just been doing the Bloody Mary because it's better than a soda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
What about my lone languages? My lone language.
llama. You have common and infernal. Everybody has common.
Okay, so I type in
Unless,
common.
for whatever reason, you don't want to know the basic language.
So common.
Infernal.
Infernal. So I'm like a hell Satan.
Yeah, it's the language of the devils.
Oh, dude, can I use it to possess people with my flame horns?
It's funny, like in my campaign, Abyssal is like the forbidden language. Abyssal is the one that if you don't speak it right, it can hurt you and stuff. There's you're thinking of dark speech. Dark speech is like if you can kill yourself if you don't say the words right. If you don't speak it right.
What is infernal then? If it's
infernal is just what the devils speak. It's the devil's language of the.
So can I talk to like an imp if he shows up?
Yeah, any devil. Oh,
dude, I hope there's an imp at some point. Yeah. My world event is that there's an imp at some point.
Yeah. And then so common, infernal, and then you get to choose 2 more because of your intelligence.
Okay, what are ones that I should choose? Because
that depends on where we start the campaign.
Where are we starting it?
Well, that leads to my Well, I'll skip to that one. Okay, so my campaign, there are 2 realms. There's the realm of light or the shadow realm. Oh well, this would probably be a good point for Stephanie to read the intro.
Yay! Just let me write.
Explain that, or I can read it. Doesn't matter.
No. I want to read it. I just want to write down my languages.
Okay. Well, then we'll get back to answering his question then for the languages. For now, my next question is, why are you guys traveling together?
I want to say like they kind of stumbled onto me, like onto my part of the force, and I kind of like followed with them because I'm on a journey to figure out. Actually, let me face this. Where? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Where one of my bonds is that I suffer awful visions of coming disaster and will do anything to prevent it. So like, I'll just read what her background is. Her mother was like a ranked human soldier and her father was a skilled elven archer, but they're both retired with her mother being honorably discharged when she lost one of her legs. And the father...
sorry, go ahead. I'll let you go in one sec. Jared, see, this is what I was talking about. Like, you get her into fucking roleplay, and this is where she, like she has this all written out. Like, she's filled out everything already.
I want you to send
around.
me all 40 pages of your background.
I
will read all 40 pages and I will write my own 40 pages of
Can I get the psych evals on your parents? Because I know you wrote those too.
On the psyche what?
The psych evals for your parents?
Oh, I didn't write that. No, it's just a tiny paragraph.
Just slacking.
It's on Roll20. It's on the character sheet there. Under any other notes in the background section. So, so the father went to take care after the mother and they both lived on the outskirts of the city as small specialty farmers. The father was a bit eccentric because he's like elven, but he loves like human culture and stuff like that, so he's kind of like in a way kind of outcast from the elven society. So he's a bit eccentric, and the farm is actually one of exotic fruits and herbs. So the character, her name is Vivian, she left the homes in claims of searching for new seeds and formulas from lands close to shore. However, her true intention was to investigate these horrible reoccurring visions about her home sitting being destroyed by something unidentifiable, but unmistakably malicious. So she's kind of like on her own personal journey, but she's not exactly experienced. She's like only 46, which is really young for half elves. Mm-hmm. And she's kind of like on her journey, but she's kind of like still naive, not naive, but like inexperienced. So right now her occupation is a hunter-gatherer, because it's some way to make money, pay for food or whatever. And she's kind of getting used to the law of the land. And she's kind of like an adventurous, but almost kind of reckless. I don't want to say she's like stereotypical reckless, but she's like more driven to take risks than other people. So yeah,
well, that sounds kind of hot.
Yeah,
can
you play in all my other campaigns? Because sometimes it's a struggle to get people to write a background. Believe it or not.
I have a question though. So how are you writing things like in his world without knowing his world yet?
Because I've been reading the D&D handbook and kind of got an idea of like how people act. Like, for example, her mother's Damaran, which kind of like it gives you a brief description of like what their culture is, and also because I have read several fantasy books, mainly the Legend of Drizzt series. The Forgotten Realms series is actually linked to the lore of D&D, and there's a lot of things where there's a lot of connections being made in terms of the culture and how like different like
But
there's also
Jared
like
wrote a story that's going
It's
on,
my own
right?
world, my own campaign, my own homebrew thing. But what I would say is write everything like you are, and then we'll either incorporate it into there somehow, or if there's like a thing where I'm like, well, this race doesn't exist anymore, so and then I'll bring it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I have an idea.
uh-huh.
So this might be going way too much into world building, but I think that's kind of the point of this stuff.
Mhm.
Steph, you said that your character is kind of like amateur-ish in her
Yeah,
race.
yeah.
Okay, so what if she was, like picking a fight that she shouldn't have picked a fight because she felt like these people were wrongdoers or something like that?
Okay,
And
I like that.
I was blindly passing through, and I noticed the ruckus, and then I saved you, and you're like, I'm gonna follow you.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
What
know.
about me?
That was an idea.
That's
about
great.
me?
Yeah, no.
What about the barbarian? What the fuck do I do?
Alex,
And
I
then
meet
you
at a
instantly-
bar,
and then you
I want to have
instantly-
sex.
Oh my god.
A one night stand turned into an adventure.
Deal. There it is.
A one night stand turns into like AIDS, where I just carry you around forever.
Nice.
The other thing is well, I don't really think it's gonna matter what realm, but tieflings are not like people like races you see everywhere. Most people are probably gonna know that what you are and your backstory, as far as like you were an outcast from hell, and so like.
Wait, I'm from hell?
Yeah, well, it's called the nine hells of Baal, but whatever. But yeah, it's essentially hell.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense with my character, though.
No, that's the tiefling. Like that's what a tiefling is. They're a fiend. They're outcast from.
Oh, I see what you mean.
That's they're actually they exist on that in the hell plane. It's
But
an
it makes
outer
sense
plane.
for my
and they're
dad.
outcast here to the material plane as a punishment.
Okay, would it make sense for my dad to be like powerful then, or is that just like not?
Your
not...
dad could be the devil.
Like a demon prince. He could be a demon prince.
That's how you.
I didn't
that's how you
realize
explain
that I
you
was
know-
a hell spawn. I guess I should have done.
That's how you know Infernals, because you lived in that setting. You lived in.
Wait, so I
among
remember
devils.
being in hell.
Oh, that's up to you whether you remember it or not. Because you.
I
could
don't
say,
understand how the world works. I
you
don't
could
know.
say that when you were kicked out, they erased your memory, or you had amnesia and you don't remember. But the
So they don't have kids?
Huh?
Do tieflings not have kids?
If I my memory.
They should. If not, we can mod.
Tieflings are just like any other race. They can have.
Well, then why would I remember being in hell if I was a newborn soul?
Hold on. Let me check something.
Okay, see, what do you mean? So you're saying, okay, I see what you're saying. It's like a plane.
Does a tiefling get kicked out of hell and then shit, just like, as soon as it gets out of hell, it flies out of a vagina? Like, I mean, how does that...
They are part human. It's like a half elf, but you're half fiend.
Right, but does their soul get created, or does it come straight from hell as it comes out of a vagina?
It comes... Well, it could be something that materialized. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, that dictates it. If
Because there isn't...
remembering being in hell, or if I was born outside of the hellscape. No recollection of it. Like,
so are you like half tiefling, or are you like...
I have no idea. I thought... I picked tiefling because I said I wanted to have flaming unicorn hairs, and everybody's like, you're a tiefling, and I'm like, okay, I guess that means...
They look cool, to be honest.
I don't understand their lore, so I'm trying to figure this out.
Jared might be looking into it right now.
Okay, so, here, let me just read it to you. To be greeted with stares and whispers, to suffer violence, and insult on the street, to see mistrust and fear in every eye. This is the lot of the tiefling. And to twist the knife, tieflings know that this is because a pact struck generations ago infused the essence of Asmodeus. He's like the head of the devils. He's Satan, if you want to put it in perspective. Overlord of the nine hells. Into their bloodline. So essentially, what I was saying is true. It's like, so you are a human, and but you're also part fiend, and like when you have kids, you're putting that curse onto your kid. So,
so I'm still being born not from hell. So I would, if I was born
it's
after.
Just the creation of the tieflings was because they were outcasts and they're a cursed bloodline.
Okay,
so
I'm
you're
a human
part of
that's
that
cursed.
bloodline. I for some reason, and maybe it's different in the different editions, that each tiefling is an outcast, but that actually doesn't make as much sense as this does. So, Yeah, it's just your bloodline that's cursed.
Okay.
So
Now,
you
keep
could have been
saying
born
it
from
with
another
secret
normal
stuff,
human.
So does that mean nobody would trust me?
You're say what now?
Like you keep saying
got
that
ahead
like
of
they're
myself.
deceitful and people don't trust them and stuff. Like
They're just like you have horns and you have like you could have a tail or wings. Like you people know what you are just by looking at you.
okay.
And they know that you're a cursed bloodline. And like I don't like care who you are. Just people are going to be racist.
So then am I gonna have to be charismatic in intimidation or in like persuasion? Because like
It depends on what alignment you want to be. You want to be like
well, I mean it sounds
renegade
like
or paragon.
are not really good at
Well, it could just be like you put you wear a cloak and you put the hood up on it when you go into town, and so people don't. See
I don't
your
think you
horns.
could hide those horns, man. Look at those things.
Well, yeah, yours are on fire. That's gonna be
Not only that, but she
hindrance
looked like
for you.
fucking Marge Simpson with her hair up like that if she had a hood. Those horns.
Yeah.
Are huge.
Yeah. So you're making it a little bit more difficult to disguise.
Well, the point is with her is that she's always kind of just owned it. Like, I mean, look at her. She's blind on a sword on top of a dead body. Like, that's who she is. Like, she walks around with her hands ablaze. She wears skimpy outfits. Like, she is badass by definition, and she's not afraid to hide it.
It's not giving me a preview. Well, excuse me. All right. So, yeah, there's your character. Got on there. I can usually put a preview on the screen, but for some reason it's not letting me.
Sorry for the random question, but like I have racial traits. How do I add that to the character sheet on Roll20?
If you go to the background tab,
Yep.
there should be a thing that says racial.
Okay, but what if it's like something that increases my charisma score to 2? Like
If it's a permanent increase, you just your whatever your charisma is, you just add 2 to it, and it's permanent.
oh, okay, from score. So like say for example, I have 11, now it's 13.
Yeah, like yeah.
Okay.
If you,
Okay.
you get a racial bonus, whatever you should.
Steph, where'd you ever find that alignments thing? I still haven't gotten that from you.
Where was it? It's sorry, this
I was looking through the.
book is huge, so
I
it's
was
like
looking at the content, but I didn't see anything that
Well,
looked like.
don't focus too much on alignments because we don't like you role play your character the way you want to. Don't worry about what alignment.
Well, I'm just trying to use it to help develop my character because
Mhm.
really I'm not. There.
However, you role play will determine what your alignment is instead of the other way.
it's a Dan, I'll give you. It's like I think it's in the 120s. Let's see, 121.
Okay, so but would it make sense? Like, okay,
Hi.
people are scared or weary of tieflings because of their pact or whatever, but would they respect a tiefling?
Well, it depends on the person. I mean, keep in mind, like, imagine if there were people who were half devil walking around with horns in the world. Like, people are either going to be afraid of them or they're going to,
Yeah, but
it
that's
depends on the person.
But
Well, that's why I'm wondering
I've got
because
an idea
it's
though.
a curse issue. It's not like an owning it. It's not like we actively are evil.
Exactly.
It's we've been cursed with something.
Exactly.
Well,
People will know that, so they'll either be like, well, he could just be, he's dealing with. It's like a half orc. You're not all half orcs act like orcs. They're just that's what one of their parents is an orc and they're stuck like that and they have to survive. So like people are gonna know that you are tiefling and that but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're like, well, I'm gonna follow the devil's side of my blood and be evil. But you're not normal. And they're not very they're not like amongst the most populated species either, or race. So there's not like
I was just making sure my
millions of
backstory
them
and all
around.
that. I just want to make sure my backstory and all that checked out.
Yeah,
Hey,
make your
babe,
background first. We'll make everything else work out around it. If you
that's
can't,
not
then we'll
easy.
worry about it.
But, okay, what's up?
In terms of alignment, sorry, I thought it was in the guide. It's actually in the Excel sheet. If you go under alignment, the
I don't have the
Dropbox.
Excel sheet.
Okay, I'll just read them out to you.
I know,
Actually, you know
I
what?
know.
I'll Google an image
Okay, there's
of
there's,
Or why don't you just use?
there's
Yeah.
good, evil.
Oh,
There's good, neutral, and evil, and then there's lawful, neutral, and chaotic. So you can either be lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil, neutral good, neutral, like true neutral, neutral evil.
And
or
is
you
there
can be
is there
chaotic good,
descriptions
chaotic
for all
neutral,
those?
good. Yeah, there is you can find them anywhere on the internet. The But the thing is I don't want you to like pick like I don't do alignments.
No, I know what my character would do. I just want to pick the label that applies to my character.
Alignments are
Okay.
good for keeping, if you want your character to act a certain way, it's good at keeping them on track that way. I like alignments. I use alignments because it's just kind of like using personality traits like ENTJ, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's easier
Well,
to
what
figure
I-
out
yeah.
what they want to do.
All right.
What I want to
Here.
avoid is for you to be like, well, my character wouldn't do that because he's lawful good. Instead, I want you to be like, my character would do that because that's what my character would do. I don't want you to limit yourself because of your alignment.
No,
I
I'm
want
not
you
going
to do what
myself.
your character
Mine
would
is
do.
more of just like I
Understanding
have what it is.
them.
Yeah, I have what they are, and it's just like developing that. Also, Jared, I think you messed up because you deleted my character, and now I don't have a name, and on the characters list, it's still showing my pixel. I don't think you imported me correctly.
Hmm?
Just so you know.
Oh, I didn't put the picture into the journal yet.
Oh,
I just put it on the intro tab. Are you guys on the intro tab?
I think so.
Yeah. So your picture's there. I just put it there. I haven't gotten. I'm still doing a bunch of things in here. I'll put it on there real quick.
How dare you have things you do?
Yeah. Just see how many windows I have open right now. There you
There you
go. Well,
I'm just
yeah.
waiting for somebody to point out the fact that that's a StarCraft reference.
Alex, wake up. Yeah, he passed out. Too much to drink.
Oh, that's why you guys couldn't hear me because my mic was muted. Oh,
Fucking
Oh.
idiot!
there.
Oh,
What I was about to ask is why is your middle name and your last name the exact
No,
same
it's not
thing?
middle name. It's the quote
It's
is like the name she goes
Layla
by.
name, dude.
You're an idiot, Alex. Inside quotes. It's kind of the same thing. If wrestlers do this all the time. Let's say somebody's name was Marcus Mangold or something like that, but he went by the Crusher. It would be Marcus in quotes the Crusher Mangold.
Dude, I know, dude.
That's
I
what
know.
she is.
I
She
got
just
it.
goes by her last name.
Okay, so she goes by Layla Kerrigan.
Okay,
Layla,
it's Kerrigan,
son of Satan.
but
Kerrigan. dude.
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan.
Don't fuck up my name.
Kerrigan, my
Kerrigan.
dude.
Wait, it's Kerrigan?
Yeah, it's Kerrigan.
I like it.
Oh, it's Kerrigan.
It's a StarCraft reference technically, but Kerrigan is actually a very similar personality type to this girl, where she's just like a badass. Kerrigan's evil-ish in that, and she's not, but it's that kind of just like stoic, no nonsense
Kerrigan.
badass.
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan.
I'm just gonna call you Kerrigan.
so you're Korean.
For every time Alex calls me Kerrigan, I give him a paper cut with my knife in the face.
Well, it
Perfect.
really wouldn't be a paper cut. It'd more like be a knife cut because,
You're so funny.
it's just being correct. Do you want to know my background?
Nope.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. Sure.
I want to know everybody's background. I want to know.
So, my name is Engor Vikaloh. I'm the barbarian that takes the more spiritual route, and Engor
Say your
came
name one
from
more time.
Engor Vikaloh.
Okay.
Vikaloh.
Engor Vikaloh.
Is it Vicola or Vicola?
Vikaloh.
No, it's Vikaloh. If I'm Kerrigan, he's Vikaloh.
Oh, wait. That means you have to add an apostrophe somewhere to make that distinction.
Yeah,
Ah!
Engor Vikaloh. Okay.
Engor
Anywho.
Vikaloh.
Okay, Kerrigan.
Vikaloh.
Okay, Kerrigan. So, Engor's background is he came from a family of warriors who were extremely versatile in the ways of battle and sort of prosperity. Although he always was one to keep to himself, but knew that he always had these distinct powers that would allow him to do a lot of good, but he always was one to keep to himself. And his family decided to leave him along the way of his travels due to the fact that he would always stay to himself, and his mother and father figured he would not be well versed in the ways in the life that they were going to be following. They decided to leave him at a pretty early age, and he found it upon himself to take care of himself, and that's sort of left off now.
Cool.
Okay, so how do we actually meet you? Because we never figured that out.
Well, I was just wandering along the path, and I know you guys were fucking pretty.
No, I fuck you, Alex. God damn it! I keep telling you that. Me and Steph are not an item. She drinks a lot and she talks to trees. I'm not.
No,
well,
Actually, you know, that's really funny. I think I'll have my character be that, because that is amazing.
Yeah, that's a funny quirk.
Well,
just like, hold on, I need a moment. You just like start talking. You can actually, there's actually a spell called Speak with Plants. You could actually talk to a tree. But,
maybe one day I'm just wandering around the forest, and I see Vivian just being like, "Hello, trees. Good to see you."
Tell me your secret trees.
Tell me your secret trees.
oh, you're a naughty tree.
Oh, you're an oak tree. Ooh, I like to see. Ooh,
I'd like to
you
get
like
a piece
maple.
of your wood.
I like to get a piece of your maplewood, baby.
All right. Alex, I'll let you do your thing in one more second. Jared, we never figured out my other languages real quick because I have my crosshair on it.
Oh, well, that's, because we need to figure out, I need to answer these questions.
Oh, right. So then, Alex, answer real quick then.
Answer what?
Why are you guys traveling together? I never got that full answer.
Because I rescued Steph from an engagement that she could have survived from, but I chimed in to help. And then she decided to join my claws.
Okay, and how's that?
And then we got to meet.
And as you were helping her...
What's your reason for traveling?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the person that killed my parents.
Oh, okay. Right.
Okay, and as I was wandering the forest because I was alone and my family left me, I saw you both, conversing, and I saw, Stephanie talking to the trees, and I saw wait, how do you actually pronounce your name, Dave?
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan. I saw Kerrigan talking to Vivian and saying, "Oh, it'll be okay, like everything will be fine." And I'll walk up and be like, "Hello, everybody. What are we doing?
Check out my package.
Check out my fucking strength, bitch. I'm a dwarf fucking bitch." And that's how we all meet.
That's so bad, Alex. You gotta go with something better than that.
Okay, fine. So I'm wandering through the forest because my family left me, and I saw Kerrigan conversing with Vivian, and I wandered up to them and said, "Oh, hello, fellow travelers. Where exactly are we traveling to?" And Kerrigan was sort of describing the story about how he was able to help Vivian out of was able to help. She was able to help Vivian out of this sort of trance of talking to the trees, and I figured, well, you guys need a little bit of a brute to fuck up the bitches and get money, if you will. So that's when I came in and started to join you guys as little club.
All right. I also just want to just put a little character development on my end just to help you guys understand.
Probably not.
My character is a girl of few words, but her words are very powerful. So she wouldn't just be like, "Hey, you over there, let me tell you this story." You just kind of like for example, if she saw what was happening to, I almost called her Steph. I gotta go Vivian.
Whoa, Vivian.
Oh, you could say Vivi.
Vivi or Vivian.
I'll be
Okay.
character names.
Yeah. My character would see Vivian in a position, that is not greatly weighed in her favor. She jumps in, does her badass, like, assassin-y, roguey stuff or whatever. And then it would be something kind of like one of those things. She'd come in to be like, "Are you all right?" She would answer and be like, "Good." Like very short words, very to the point, precise, not a lot of fluff, not a lot of openness. But, if she needs to convince somebody to do something, she has her ways of persuasion.
Whoa, are you seducing people? Or?
Yeah.
sex now.
That's pretty
Oh,
hot, dude.
just want to let you
Pants
know,
drop.
I changed my character's age from 40 whatever to 24 because I read more about the half elves, and turns out that they reach age of maturity around 20 years old. So
Do I need to
go,
know anything about my girl's age?
Nope.
Like, do tieflings have like 1,000-year lives? Or they
possibly.
they're just humans, right? So I'm imagining normal human
They're
lifespan.
like half human.
Okay,
their
but
age.
is
They
a demon
mature at
live
the
forever?
same-
Like,
They mature at the same rate as humans.
Well, that's
but
what I was
They just live a few years longer.
okay, so
A
then
few.
I like where mine's at.
A few.
She's also a little bit taller for a girl. She's 5'8".
You're almost as tall as me. I'm a
She also
fucking
has
dwarf.
heels on though, so I'm kind of.
I'm also a dwarf.
I'm also a tiny piece of shit.
I'm a 5'9" dwarf.
Okay. I don't think that's how dwarfs work.
Oh man.
I'm a 5'9"
Do
dwarf.
you guys watch the show Galavant or Galavant?
Oh
No, but I've
no, I
seen-
wanted to though.
I've seen pictures.
Oh, there's the last week's episode is hilarious. I won't spoil it for those who are so
Don't spoil
highly
it.
anticipating to watch it.
Yeah, I only got all the episodes before it to go. Oh, Jared.
Mhm.
I thought of something that might be interesting.
Well, that sucks because I don't care.
You're not Jared.
Oh, I forgot.
Well, that
forget
sucks because I don't care. No, I'm
Damn it!
Oh,
Good
Get Shrek!
I need to make a half orc who's just his name Shrek, and he's always like, "Get Shrek! You got Shrek!" as he kills an enemy.
As a killer, get Shrek!
Jared, have you decided that you're going to put an in with us? You're
Get
gonna
Shrek,
tra-
Dan.
Inca with us?
Wait, what? I didn't understand a word you just
NPC.
said.
NPC.
Because Dan's getting Shrek.
Oh well, I mean the NPC, yeah, he's it doesn't really matter.
He's
I
Shrek.
could just introduce him whenever we start playing.
So
I know
the
it's-
NPC that goes with us is Oktook.
yeah.
He's Shrek.
Oh, well, never mind. Then my suggestion is not good.
Good.
What was your suggestion?
Oh, I just thought it'd be hilarious, not hilarious, but interesting for the character if your NPC turned out to be the person that killed my father.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
you wouldn't know that anyways. I wouldn't put that. That would be something I would do in the back, unless
Yeah, but I
you
doubt
know
a
who killed your father.
Non-intelligent bard who sings would be good enough to take down my dad. So,
Yeah, that's against his background, but
well, that's why I didn't realize that Oktook was going to be the NPC that came with us.
that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean that I won't write in somebody that you may meet or may not meet. So I'll write.
Spoiler
something.
alert!
Yeah.
Because you got Shrek.
Or I won't write anything. Or you killed your own father and you thought you were somebody
Oh my
else.
God!
You just
And
had
I
a
couldn't
dream.
believe- I couldn't believe what I saw, so I cut my own eyes out.
Yeah.
Oh,
you had a
God.
dream and then you woke up and your father was dead. In reality, you just slept walking.
Damn, because you
Now,
got
what
Shrek.
happens if I had a plot twist that I didn't tell you about, Jared? Am I allowed to do that?
You're allowed to
Nope.
put whatever you want, man.
I'm gonna do so much.
If you
plot twists.
have some,
I'm gonna be like M. Night Shyamalan up in this bitch.
if you have some GN file you want to add to your background, by all means.
Because you got Shrek.
I want to keep some of this information from the GM. I don't even want him to know.
Well, that you're only hurting yourself there.
Oh no,
Because
I'm not.
I can't incorporate it into the story if I don't know
That's the
it
point.
exists.
That's the point.
Well, that's the whole point. If he doesn't know the story, you can't incorporate it. So you better tell him. So
And you're like,
better let
well,
him know."
actually, this whole time I'm this, and then I'm like,
yeah, I'm actually a master
I
of
was
the universe.
pretending.
I don't know what to
I'm
do with
actually
that.
a secret
so
master
it
of the
doesn't
universe,
happen.
and I fucking murder everybody, and so the whole fucking roleplay was completely worthless.
I'm actually
So-
really a
Turns out
god.
I actually was Satan
Get Shrek.
the whole time. Get Shrek, GM.
All right, well, you go to hell where you belong, and you need to.
Oh, yeah, go to hell,
Doesn't
yeah.
take place in
I
hell.
hate you and your
Yeah.
godlike powers. Damn you!
Go to hell, Oktook.
Yeah, actually, Asmodeus is Satan, so you would have to be Asmodeus. But anyways,
All right, well,
I don't
anyways, this was fun.
last there's two more questions I have. We've already answered some of them. The first, do we want to start in the realm of light or the shadow realm? I'm gonna bring you to a map. Oh, this is where we need to read the introduction.
Wait.
I want to read it. I want to read it.
Wait,
Okay, so
Read it,
Steph,
read
wait, where?
Okay, please hold on.
Read it,
So how did we end up with Alex? Because he said that he walked up, he's like, "Sup, bitches," and then that was it. Like, how do we actually meet him?
Oh,
Okay,
I
here's how you
wrote
meet.
something
I'm
down.
wandering. I'm wandering through the forest, and all of a sudden I see Vivian speaking to some trees, and I see Kerrigan come up and like sort of console the the uh, situation, if you will. And I come up to them and I sort of greet myself as a hey, hey guys, I'm Engor, just sort of wandering through the forest, wondering if you guys needed a hand with what you guys were sort of fulfilling. And you guys say,
what would be your reason for
Why
like
would
just
they
like I
randomly-
see two people, I'm just gonna go with them for now forever. Like
I didn't necessarily say I was going to go with them. I said I'd come up to them and say, hey, what's up, guys? If you
you asked
need...
if we needed your help or something.
Right. Okay, yeah. Because
Okay.
it looked like
Why do you
Vivian was...
guys help him? Why do you guys bring him along?
Why does he think that we need his help?
I don't think
who,
you needed
who
help.
doesn't
You
need a
asked.
barbarian? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I asked if you needed help. I didn't necessarily assume that you needed help.
Well, why would you ask if you didn't think we needed help?
Why wouldn't I ask the question?
That's
You-
like
you can
somebody
ask
coming up to
questions-
you and say, "Hey, do you need
ask
icing
questions
for your
about-
cake?"
Yeah.
Nah, I don't
can
need
ask
any icing for my
questions.
cake.
Well, it just seems kind of weird. Like if I was just out and about and somebody's like, "Hey, check out my armor. You need any help with me to follow you forever?" Like I just seems.
No, I get it.
I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
say
what I'm
that.
saying. Why do you
And if
guys? Why do you guys accept his help? Is the question.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out is why the hell he's even asking. Like, what's his point? Because for Steph, it's I saved her, and then she feels loyal
if you guys
to.
want, we can do a little role playing of the to establish the background too. We don't.
Can
have
we
to just...
please? Because
Okay, well, if Dan's going to argue my story, then I guess we'll have to continue to figure out what's actually going on. So.
No, I'll just make up
Wow.
something off the top of my head.
that
and
get
I'll make it
personal,
work.
Alex? Did I hear personal in there? Personal?
Not really, unless you're tripping on balls or something.
So where is the introduction to the story? Like the paragraph? Like, do I have to exit out the room to see it, or?
No, I can paste it wherever. I have it right here.
Oh, awesome! Please do.
All right. Well, I want to record on my end now that we've actually gotten started. So just give me
All right,
2.5
sure.
seconds to get this in the right spot.
Do I need to record on Audacity?
I
or-
need to record it.
No. I'll be recording my desktop, so all audio will come through.
Why do you have to record it?
Because I want to put it on my channel, you shitbird.
Why?
That's the dumbest question you ever asked.
Why?
Yep.
Okay.
1 second.
All right.
All right. Headphones are on. Let me boot up Audacity.
Audacity.
And then let me start my capture. All right. Let's move this over here. All right. And Audacity is booted up. I'm going to have to find a way. Oh, I know how to do it. Never mind. All right. Recording audio. Give me a second. Click it. Let me move this off here so that people don't see people doing their people things. Click and recording desktop. Let me just type in here. Where's the chat? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Enter. There we go.
It'll also be
All
on
right,
my
I'm
Twitch,
synchronized.
Too. It'll also be on my Twitch too if you want the video with it. I can send you that.
Yeah, send that
so-
too, just in case.
But yeah.
Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay.
Wait.
Long ago. What?
Oh, I should do
Oh.
an intro. Hold on.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's Dungeons and Dragons? Get into the intro. Go, Steph, go.
Whoa. What? Okay.
That's all they
Long
get.
Oh, okay.
They'll figure it
Long-
out.
Alrighty. Long ago.
They got it.
Your character
Oh,
dies.
Oh no! All
No
that
point
work
blank.
for nothing.
No point in even consisting in it.
Damn.
No point in continuing. So
Go ahead.
Long ago, before time and existence, there was only light and darkness. The power of light was controlled by the great phoenix goddess Desanora, while the power of darkness was controlled by the evil shadow god known as Kyentye. Did I pronounce that right?
yeah, you did. Yep.
Kyentye.
Okay.
Wine? Did you say
Kyentye.
Chianti?
Kyentye?
Kyentye.
Kyentye. Kyentye.
Can I get a spell check?
Kyentye. Okay. At the edge of light.
Canteen.
Oh, and dark. Okay.
You're
Listen.
ruining the mood.
Sorry.
Yeah. The suspense. At the edge of light and darkness, our universe was created. With the coming of this new existence also came a struggle. The great phoenix and shadow god did not want to share power, so a war raged between the two. In the end, light and darkness collided, creating a great rift between them that stretched through time and space. The collision destroyed the two, shattering their spirits and turning their essence into crystal. 6 crystals, each containing a part of the goddess's essence, fell from the sky. Life, peace, courage, spirit, hope and destiny, and love.
I have a question.
Just let her
Go on.
finish
You
first.
can't ask a question for
this
this
says
is
the
finished.
secret of 12.
You need to have her finish.
Yes, let her finish. Keep going.
Hey,
Steph.
God, sorry. Jeez.
6 crystals came from the dark shadow god as well.
Wow.
Death, destruction, fear, pain, time, and hate. The power of these crystal fragments created 2 worlds separated by a great rift, the realm of light and the shadow realm. Now, scattered throughout the land of Dovencrest, these crystals lay dormant,
Sorry.
protected by powerful dragon spirits, waiting to be reunited.
Okay.
Da, da, da,
The
da,
land
da,
of
da.
Dovencrest. Duh.
Dovencrest. Do you
Oh,
have
sorry.
any
Dovencrest.
questions?
Crest, Dovencrest.
Yeah, I have a
da, da,
question.
da, da.
Yes.
Is this the same secret as Victoria's?
No, her secret's different.
Damn.
Everybody
secret.
knows her secret.
Everybody knows
Okay,
her secret.
so if you're looking at the map,
Just so you know, Victoria's Secret is definitely canon.
I'm looking at the map. I'm looking at Dolb at this point because you're
Yeah.
just about to bring me
So-
to Dolb.
this red line here that goes through the mountains is the rift. It's essentially it's like miles wide, and it's essentially just imagine just a big
The Grand Canyon.
wall of wind.
Sort of like a wall of light and darkness, right?
No, like the way it's pictured in my head is like when your 2 forces are colliding, like your fists or whatever. That wind that is created when they hit together, that's what represents the rift. It's just a big wall of wind.
So what's
If you were like to
light side?
stick your hand in it, it would rip your hand off. It's like just a
So
big
it's a
solid
giant
wind.
queef.
So what's
Oh,
the light side and the
my
dark
God.
side?
And
on
it
this map?
separates the realm of light and the shadow realm.
So what's the realm of light? What side is the right side or the left side?
It's the left side. It should be
Left side is the light, and the right side is the realm of darkness.
Yeah, if you look at the bottom of the left side, you'll see realm of light, and if you look at the top of the right side, you'll see shadow realm.
Oh yeah.
You may have to zoom out a little bit. Now the thing here is that if you remember, she read the 6 crystals for the realm of light, which were the phoenix goddess, and then the 6 crystals that represent the shadow god fell on each realm, creating them. So they highly represent those crystals. So the realm of light is it's pretty much your standard world where you have just a normal setting where it's day and light, whatever, everything's normal. The shadow realm, however, is just absolute chaos, eternal darkness. It's like always storming, and like there's chaos everywhere. Like monsters are everywhere. Like there's always a threat on the loom, and it's just absolute chaos. So,
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is there any way to get that like summary somewhere that I can reference so I know what?
Yeah, it's if you go to the campaign page.
Okay, how do I do that?
Well, it's when you clicked on join campaign, that page, it's in the introduction. It's all right there.
Steph, can you just send it on the Skype?
Yeah, you
It
have
is
to-
on Skype.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, it's on Skype too. I posted.
Why
it.
couldn't I, Alex? Why are you being such a bitch?
But so my question to
It's-
you.
It's in the Grunting podcast group. Sorry, Jared. Go ahead.
Oh,
Thanks.
sorry. My question to you is: do you want to start in the realm of light or the shadow realm? And I can answer more detailed questions about each realm if you want.
Okay.
I vote for the. Well, okay, so
Wait.
I have an idea.
Oh my God.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dan, because you tend to forget things. Go.
No, I was just gonna ask, would it make sense for you to fight something in the light realm?
Yes, the light realm is your standard world. So wars still happen. There is still evil. It's not like this. It's not like heaven or anything. It's
Okay.
It's your normal setting of a D&D campaign where anything you would expect in any normal setting in a fantasy setting
All right.
exists.
Then I have a question, Steph. What would it make sense for your character to get kind of into a scuffle with?
A scuffle?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have like little bands of trolls or something? Or no, actually, sorry, bandits or whatever. Like I don't know. Maybe because she's out in the woods and maybe
Is your girl like freaking hot?
I mean, she's okay. She's
That's-
attractive. Her father was an elf, and her mom was a well-built soldier. So I
I've
guess
seen ugly elves and soldiers. So that doesn't-
okay. She's well. She's
Okay.
well.
Would
She's
she
not-
be? Would she be catcalled and be like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna kill you for catcalling me," or like, what would her justification be to kill these people?
Her justification is if she sees like somebody like someone else who's innocent like being harmed or being wronged, or like if she sees like them like just burning down like the entire forest or whatever,
Right, well,
like something unjust kind of where she's
Put your
kind of like
character in that situation then. Like, you pick the situation, put your character there based
Okay.
on her reasons, and then let me
All right.
know those out.
But before we get to that, I just want to say, like, it might make sense for us to start in light and travel to the dark, because I didn't read an antagonist here. Perhaps there is somebody trying to harvest all the dark crystals.
Well,
So,
I'm
and
not
not only
going to
that,
tell you
but-
any of that. I'm not going to tell you whether you
Oh,
will be
okay, so
traveling
this is
to
all-
either side.
Oh,
it's just
shit.
where
All
you
right.
want to start.
All right. Well, then
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do we end up on our quest that your DM master is giving us? Like, what is, like, if I have my personal quest, Steph has her personal quest, and Alex is a loner. Like, how do we end up doing whatever it is that we end up doing?
I think mine is
I already
intertwined
asked that
with the
question.
And how
Why
did
are
you
you
ask that
guys
question?
why are you guys traveling together?
Do you have a plot that we're supposed
I
to
do
follow?
have a plot.
Okay,
but
so how do we
I'm not
get
going
to
to
that?
reveal the entire plot. That
No, obviously, I didn't say give me the
one.
ending. I just want to know how we get started.
I will take care of that. All I need to know is why you guys are currently traveling together. I'll
Okay,
take care
we're
of it
traveling
from
Okay.
there.
together.
Well,
because-
I
I'm
think
heading
you guys
towards.
answered that. So
I'm heading towards like maybe like some kind of mage or sage or something to deal with like my visions of some kind of dark entity trying to take over my town, that kind of thing. So like
we also
What?
have to. I was just going to tell Jared. We also have to answer it for the people watching because we.
no,
talked
I
about-
understand, but where you start
did-
is going to determine a lot. So I can't
Okay.
I can't
Okay.
answer that question until you tell me where you start.
So should we pick a location where we start?
Okay, so well, first before you pick a location,
Okay.
what do you end up getting into a kerfuffle with? Are you getting a kerfuffle with people, or are you getting into a kerfuffle with demon hellspawn satans? Like,
Kerfuffle with. That's a good question.
because
I
I'm
like-
pretty sure that's going to dictate which side of the Grand Canyon we end up on.
Oh, I see. Well, I was thinking like maybe if there's like demon hellspawns,
Great.
like dudes, they'll be out in the light area, and the whole thing's like, why aren't they in the light area? That kind of thing. But I
Jared,
don't know.
Give us an explanation of
Okay,
what happens
so
to
yeah,
each
let me
side.
give you a little bit more. So in the Shadow Realm, you could be getting in a kerfuffle anywhere. You could be, you could have looked at somebody the wrong way and they just fight you. It's a very chaotic world. People don't trust each other. There's just destruction everywhere. It's chaos. So getting in a fight.
Kerfuffle, come on, it's a
somewhere-
great word.
Yeah, getting in a pillow fight anywhere there is just it happens all over the place. So that's easy.
Okay.
In the realm of light, it could be a bar fight. I mean, it could be just as easy. It's just that the situation needs to be set up a little bit more. So like
Yeah,
something
so-
happened. Like somebody looked at the tiefling and was like, "Hey, I hate tieflings."
Hey, nobody's
And then-
messing with me.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
then- and then- and
say-
then she stuck up for you, like, no, shut up. And then they fought her, and then you guys all had sex. I don't know, whatever.
Oh,
I
Oh, maybe
like
maybe
that.
that's a
Oh,
good idea. Maybe
shit,
that's a
that's
good
a good
I have,
idea
a
idea.
for.
question. I have one more.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
I have one more question.
Okay.
Sure.
Steph, would your character have any reason to go to the dark side?
On the outside.
Luke
That's the
Skywalker
thing.
style.
Like, I have no idea. I would imagine she would start light because she lives in light. and-
Sorry.
Yeah.
I have to interrupt
So-
you because there's one important factor. There is no
Okay.
traveling in between realms. The people in the Shadow Realm are unaware of the
Minor
realm of light,
detail.
and people in the realm of light are like, you can't travel across the rift. It's a solid wall of wind. Remember, I said if you stuck your arm in it, it ripped your arm out. Like, you don't travel through the rift. And it's the. If
Well,
you
I'd
look at the
imagine if
line,
you-
it's
Well,
versus
then,
the
yeah.
entire
If my
world.
person was a respected character, that would be in the light side. So
It would be light for me
Yeah,
too.
I think we're
well,
in
I
shape.
would imagine at some point in the story we would gather like crystals and that would be enough.
stop
power to
spoiling
break-
it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, one crystal is like an entire campaign worthy journey. Like you're not gonna have like 6 crystals by the end of the. That's not how that.
I better get closure at the end of this, or I'm quitting now.
But
Well,
the
you
thing
must
is,
quit.
here, let me just make it easy. If you are from the realm of light, you've never been to the Shadow Realm. You may have heard of it.
Oh, okay.
but
Good
you've
shit.
never been
All right,
there.
so we're all light.
I'm
Yeah,
in
I
the realm
think-
If
of
you're
light.
in
I
the
think
shadow
we're-
realm, you've never been to the realm of light.
Okay.
I think we're all light. Also, by the way, Alex, you sound like poopy dicks. I don't know what happened to your inner.
Absolutely
Maybe.
nothing.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, so we're all in the light, Jared. Keep
So
going.
that's what you want. Realm of light. Final answer.
Yes.
Yep.
Can I get a
And-
take back?
Yep.
It could
Okay.
be a thing where like Dan's character is probably getting harassed by like a couple bandits because they're like, oh, this weirdo or whatever, and mine could, or the other way around where like my character's being robbed by a couple of bandits and then
Yeah.
Dan's character.
Yeah,
comes in.
because my character probably wouldn't be seen by a couple bandits. Like my
Oh,
character
okay.
is a stealthy,
Okay.
rogue. She moves with purpose and carefully. You said that yours was a little more like kind of like
Reckless.
naive and a little more reckless.
Yeah.
She might have done something or stepped into or got stuck into a kerfuffle that
Well, we can
No.
actually role play your guys' meeting if you want. I'm
Let's
fine with
do
that.
it.
Okay, sure.
Uh,
I'm up
Somebody
for that.
set the scene.
All right.
That's my job.
All right, go ahead.
Don't be
Alex,
taking my
set the
job.
scene.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
That's Jared's job.
But before we do that, we still have some minor details. Sorry.
It's okay.
What you guys, the realm of light. Let me get you some information on the world that you would know. First of all, there is if you look at the Kingdom of Light here, it's just called the Kingdom of Light.
Mhm.
They worship Pelor. He's the god or the deity of the sun. He's like the good of the good. He's the lawful good, as good as it gets deity. There's like this huge. Imagine the Statue of Liberty times 20.
8.
Of a statue of Pelor outside of the kingdom. That's what this dot is right here that says Pelor. It's actual building that high-ranking clerics and paladins can live in, and it's like its own temple. Brevlin. So there's this is just quick. Brevlin is an elven kingdom, high elves. The Forest of Vancoon is wood elves. You don't go in there unless they want you to go in there, kind of deal.
Wait, can you point where
Oh, yes,
where those are?
This is the Forest of Vancoon.
Okay.
You'll
Elves.
see that actual Vancoon is way back here, hidden by the forest. And
All right.
This
Is that Mount Dune behind it?
No. Mount Dune would
Is
be
it
more.
is it Mount Boone?
This would be Mount Dune right here.
Oh, okay.
That's Shadow Realm. The Kingdom of Light. The king currently. His name. I actually have pictures for you guys.
Ooh, pictures.
Let me bring it.
I love pictures.
Well, I'll show you the pictures here after I'm done with the map, because I have to go to a different page. The king is. Get all my names out here. So the king's name is King Daniel Armiriel. You probably know him as King Armiriel. Anyways, the princess is Princess Hannah Lee, and the queen is Queen Ava Armiriel.
All right, can I get like a cheat sheet for this stuff?
Yeah,
'Cause I'm like,
I'll send you all this stuff, and you don't.
All right.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to have this memorized. I'm just giving you a little bit of background. The king. And by the way, also on that same page where the introduction is, if you scroll down to the forums, there's like a whole bunch of info. You can, if you click on that, and it'll give you a lot of this info too. But the king has actually been alive for over 1,700 years. He's human. He was blessed with long life. But it's said, or the legend goes, that he was blessed with long life because of his efforts in the war in the Second Era. You guys are in the Third Era, by the way. The end of that war ended the Second Era. So he's pretty much been alive for the entire Third Era.
can I ask a question?
Sure.
It looks like this mountain range only goes like towards the bottom, and then there's kind of a gap there. How does the air go through there? And even if it goes through there, how does people not see that there's stuff on the other side of that area?
It's essentially land and like an inch gap and then a wall of wind for miles in thickness.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like what people
Yeah,
believe.
And in the ocean, the water just goes down into this rift, and you don't see the bottom. You have no idea how it works.
I'd imagine people also thought the world was flat.
Yes.
So that would
Yeah.
work into.
And they
Or
don't
it's just
have-
like, oh, that's just the end of the world, you know? You
Yes.
just- yeah.
It's,
even though there's a boat rental right there.
I mean,
Huh?
Okay,
Boat rental.
keep going. You have a boat
now
rental.
you've made me lose track of what I was saying.
You have a boat rental there.
Yeah,
in a
and the
small town in a
lakes-
big city.
Yeah, the lakes they're boat rentals. Yeah, if you can scale the map, it's a really big lake. But anyways, yeah. So that's the king. Everybody knows about the Kingdom of Light. He's not a very aggressive king. He doesn't like rule with an iron fist. He's very generous. His daughter, Princess Hannah-Lee, is known to be sort of a rebel. She's ran away from home several times. Oh, and actually, he's been trying to, like, he's outlived a lot of the queens, so this is like his 23rd wife, and this is the first kid he's ever been able to have, is Hannah-Lee. Like, out of all these wives he's had and all these...
Is it because he's going to die soon and it was his final chance to ask the...
See, I never know why people ask those questions, like I'm going to answer that.
Then that's a yes.
Well, it's not a yes, actually. It's actually it's just, there's an actual reason to it. That's not it. But obviously there's a reason why he's finally been able to have a kid. I mean, come on, it's got plot twists all over it.
Right.
But yeah, so she's completely like a rebel. She doesn't honor the fact that she's like supposedly special or something. She's just a rebel.
Screw you, Daddy!
Yeah. And she's kind of like an older teenager, like 16, 17 years old.
Sorry, let me try that again.
Her character,
Screw you, Daddy!
Her character and background and everything about her was created by my wife. So it's all her stuff.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else do I need to would be important? So you, the half elf, half human. You are half what elf? What is the part elf that you are?
Father is father is elf and the mother is human.
Well, what type of elf is your father?
He is a
Male elf.
There's
I'm
high
gonna
elf,
say-
wood elf, drow.
I'm gonna say wood elf. I'm gonna say he's wood elf and the mother is what race is that?
Okay.
Damaran?
You and I may need to do some out of game working up, because that would mean you have ties with Van Koon, which is like Van Koon is like a sacred forest. Like only certain people can go into it without permission. Which means if you have a father who is part of Van Koon Forest, then you would have access to Van Koon Forest, and that's kind of cool. So.
Okay.
What if
We'll get you some more details on that out of the game. There's no point in getting all that.
What if her dad left Van Koon, then porked a human outside of Van Koon, and then left forever?
Well, that's kind of like what happened, where he kind of was.
So maybe she doesn't have access because she doesn't really know her dad.
Well, no. Like I'm very well. Like okay, here's the thing. The character is aware that the father's elf, obviously wood elf. And she's aware of his history because he is enamored with like human culture and just like
Oh yeah, that's right.
just all that stuff. So like that's why he went off and he went with her mother, and they kind of both fought in the war because the mother was a skilled soldier and he was a skilled archer. So it's like he kind of was not necessarily kicked out. He didn't do anything wrong, but it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of, he was socially pressured to leave. He's not entirely outcast. He can still return if he wants to, but it won't be really with open arms.
Does that make sense for a Valken, what is it?
Van Koon?
Van Koon elf to not live in Van Koon anymore?
To be outcast because the father bred with a human makes perfect sense.
Okay, is that what happened then? He got outcasted, or did he leave because he likes the human stuff?
This was before, like, I'm sorry, he left before he met the human. He just wanted to like really get into human culture and like study their culture and whatever. And then that's when he met the mother, and then they're like, oh cool, we're both skilled warriors or whatever. We both fought in the war together and stuff like that. But I'm sure news has spread to Van Koon that the father never returned and that he had a child with a human with a human female. And then I'm sure that kind of like soured the
Oh, yeah.
village a little bit. So it's that kind of thing where they didn't kick him out, but it's just kind of like, okay, so let's just, when Uncle Screwy here comes back, we'll just, try to treat him nicely, but, you know, not necessarily be too
Yeah. Well,
welcoming.
that's kind of the things I've said we'd probably flesh out because there's probably a whole story there that we could really get into depth, and I don't. How much you've shared with them is up to you, but we can work out the details, and then you can say, well, this is how much I shared with them. Or how much
That's collusion.
It could be something that like the other characters ask Vivian like about history a little bit, and like, oh, your father was elven, like tell me more about that, and she could probably reveal.
Well, since
Okay.
we're kind of role playing a little bit of the background, these can be things that come up in the session too. But the real quick, the reason why I'm asking help with Twitch is just in case anybody, I can't pay attention to the chat, and if somebody brings up a question in the chat, it's nice to have somebody to help me out. I don't want anybody who says anything in the chat to be ignored. That's all I was asking. If you can't help, I'll just keep an eye on it. But
I would, but I'm recording, and that kind of makes it difficult for me.
What's your Twitch? I can kind of pay attention.
Yeah, it's just a chat. I'll pay attention to it. Don't worry about it. I just didn't know if somebody wanted to help me out.
Okay.
But anyways, moving on.
And now before we get too far ahead, I feel like just because people are going to be watching this, should we kind of like lay out like who our characters are and kind of our backstories for them?
I'm glad you said that. Real quick, if you go to the top right corner to the gear, the picture of the gear, and scroll down to display name, change that to your character's name. And you can put your actual name in parentheses after it if you want, or your Twitter handle or whatever you want to display. But that's what I'm going to call you for this campaign. So if your character, that's my cat, by the way. Yeah,
I didn't know you had a cat.
Quiet that pussy up.
So yeah, do that, and that's what I'm going to be calling your character, and I'm going to let my cat out the door. I'll be right back.
Okay. While you do that, Alex, why don't you let the audience in onto who you are, who your character is, and a little bit of the backstory, just basic level stuff.
I thought I've already spoken about this.
Not on recording.
Oh, all right. Well, Engor is of the barbarian sort of lifestyle. He grew up in a somewhat of a. I have my shit here. Where the fuck did I write it at? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. It's actually in. It's in here. Here we go.
I feel like the best way to do this is like for us to role play you guys meeting, and then you guys be like, well, what's your story? And then you give them what your character would tell them, because maybe I like to keep character knowledge and player knowledge as close as possible. So
I was just trying to help.
If you know more than your character, it may influence things. Whereas if his character only tells you what you know, then you know what you know.
Yeah, but the problem is you got to be aware that people are watching this, and they're probably going to want to at least know some understanding.
I understand that. You can also display your entire background on your the first tab of your character sheet, and I can just kind of visually show it. But you do make a good point. Yeah, people may want to know the entire thing, and
I mean, not even the whole thing, but just at least an idea of what they're dealing with, because otherwise they're just gonna be like, I don't know who this person is.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Yeah, I apologize. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, that's fine. Also, for your guys' display names, could you maybe shorten your last names to just like B and V, and then put in parentheses your name that they would recognize you by, just so that people can look down and see who that is?
Sure.
Just because, obviously, Keeper just said his name was Engor, but he, if somebody just didn't catch that or something like that, they might have a hard time.
Yeah.
I feel like we should also change our pictures to our pixels at some point. But
I turned off the images, and I just have our names displayed so it doesn't cover up the map or plain field. But you could do that if you want, since you're recording.
Well, I would need you to have it set like that so I can see it on my.
You can put in the description who's who and what so because I don't think people. I think people will care, but I don't think they're going to be like, oh my gosh, they really need to do a better job of.
You got to just do as good as you can by your audience, buddy.
Yeah,
that's
I understand that, but
that's my audio.
Stick to Fix your character and anything that's not.
Yeah, I mean,
put it in the
and
description.
when we do these summarizations, I don't need you to tell like all like everything there is. That's
Well, yeah, but part of watching
let them get an
these-
idea of like what you are, what type of character you are. You know, just stuff like that.
Part
just
of
to
part of
help.
watching these is also for the audience to get immersed as you are. So
Right,
if
right.
they know what you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know. But anyway,
Again, just high level stuff, like the type of stuff that you'd find out in a pilot episode of you know, a show or something. Enough so people understand the characters. You don't have to be like, and my secrets are this. You know, we don't have to go that far.
Okay,
But
so
Yeah.
Alex, yeah, what's the or did Alex go through his?
he kind of mumbled for 14 seconds, and then you came in. So
Before we continue, though, can anyone help me change the avatars at the bottom bar because I don't know how to do that.
If you go to the same gear and scroll down,
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't use the pictures. I just go to names only.
Yeah.
Player avatar size. If you click on that, you can change the size. Or you can just do names only. I would just do names only because
I personally want to do names only, but the thing is that Dan is recording and he wants to have the pixels there, so I just want to change the icon there. Is that like my account avatar?
Yeah, you have to change that in your account.
Okay.
Because that'll display in all your games as your icon.
How do I access that?
this we're probably only gonna be recording for another hour or so at most. So we'll just do
Another
names
hour?
only
I'm
for
about
now,
to
and
edit.
then you know,
All right.
when we do session quote unquote 1, we'll just make sure that's all set up. So I'll just switch names up now. For now.
Okay.
Alex is thinking more like 5 minutes, but
Well, he
Sort of.
He can leave in 5 minutes if he'd like.
But I mean, if we get some role play in, I'll be happy.
I'd like to at least get somewhere.
So it's I think it's a good point to start with, or we could do background, or we could just start with a quick little introduction to the campaign. It's up to you guys.
Well, I think we need to nail the background stuff. So maybe session 0 will just the
Well,
background.
in the backgrounds, maybe it's a work in progress kind of thing. You know, you don't. Know
And we
my
can
world.
change it later, but you know, throw it into a situation, or at least just deciding on what we currently have as the background, and then just moving on. But we need something. We need a real reason why we met.
Okay.
So
yeah,
where on this map, Steph, would you be when we find you? Morinvale?
One thing I want to add real quick is Farscape is the Vegas of this continent. It is a melting pot of gambling and everything. There's actually an arena where you can bet money on people fighting who have they basically any prisoners are sent to Farscape and then they fight for their freedom to get out of prison. Kind of.
Wait, sorry. Can you point out where that is? Like whenever you mention locations,
sorry,
it's okay.
yeah.
Like paying where it is because I don't know.
I used to play with people who know everything. So yeah, here's Farscape.
Okay.
The other thing right here, Stonefront. It's a big noble city. It's a fishing city, but there's actually a whole plethora of land that's just filled with like mansions for nobles and stuff. So like if you're a noble, that'd be a good place to you could technically rule that continent. Not at level 1 though. Probably like the son or daughter of a noble, but that doesn't matter because it doesn't apply. So So like the big dots, like Farscape and Stone, those are the big cities. The small dots are the small cities. There's actually a key up there. So keep that in mind. I give you a little quick thing. Lorenvale's a big human establishment. Boone is Lorenvale is halflings, and Boone is humans. It's a small town. Korean is a big human, it's like a huge merchant quarters. It's a big center of trade, essentially. It's on the critical trade path. Everybody knows the King of Light is. Buckingham is a monk temple.
Where are the barbarians at?
Barbarians would probably be, they would either be somewhere in the forests of Van Koon, or they would be in these forests over here. Would be the main.
How would they get
tribes.
into the forests of Van Koon if that's all off?
It's not all wood elves. It's just there's only certain races that are allowed. So, I didn't see. This is kind of what I didn't want to waste. There's nymphs, satyrs, orcs. I mean, it's a huge forest, so there's room for everything, but essentially it's protected by the wood elves of Van Koon. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean that things in there don't that things don't roam in there that don't belong there or whatever. But not all
So
orcs are, he's a half orc. And there's also, they could be from anywhere. They could be from the mountains, like anywhere in these northern regions of the mountains up here would be littered with orcs. Any forest essentially would be, so any of these two forests here.
Okay, well, Steph is half elf. Alex would be from these woods, so I'm guessing somewhere around these woods is where we should start our meetup, because that accounts for 2 of the 3 people, and I could be, maybe I was trying to get into Van Koon for answers, maybe I got a lead that somebody in Van Koon might know something, and that's why I was going through those forests, and we all just kind of stumbled upon each other, or I don't know.
Hey, there you go.
What would be a great place where sages that can like interpret visions be? I would imagine it'd be by the Kingdom of Light, but
interpreting visions would be a great thing for the clerics of Pelor to do.
Yeah, so it could be a thing where my character's traveling in that general direction, and we've kind of like...
Yeah, she was moving out of the forests, I was moving in.
That's the divine aspect. If you're looking for the arcane aspect, you would do Dun. Dun is the biggest human city in the continent, and they have pretty much anything and everything as far as, whatever you're looking
Okay. So I'm not sure if I want her, because like she's kind of starting out from her like family's farm, and I don't know where to put that because they're both retired warriors from, I'm sure, before they used to live in the Kingdom of Light, but now they're living elsewhere. And then she's kind of like traveling to Pelor because she knows that her parents would say, or actually she didn't tell them that she had visions, but
I think the next time that we do a system like this, we should really look at the map before we decide.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually been what I've had your guys' thing on all day, but of course we just kind of jumped into this, and I get that. You don't have to have it memorized. The thing is there's each one of these little hexes is 100 miles, so there's little tiny forests all over the place.
100 miles?
Yeah, this is a huge continent. Yeah, just look at the bottom.
So maybe
right
we shouldn't
scale.
necessarily jump into.
And you could actually just put a dot somewhere. I don't care. I want this to be your guys' campaign as much as it is mine. So
we were just trying to figure out stuff that. I mean, I think somewhere near the forest of Van Koon sounds like it makes sense.
Yeah, if your father is a wood elf, they're not going to kill him. So if he takes a small little establishment on the outskirts of the Van Koon forest of Van Koon, that's highly possible. He just won't be a part of the main village or tribe over here in the main Van Koon. Essentially, Van Koon is just like,
how do I make that little clicking
marker
thing?
You just click and hold.
Okay, so then why doesn't we start like that's somewhere around there?
Yeah, that would make perfect sense.
Like just right in this little corner.
Why don't we start at this
where
little
our
corner?
characters start? I don't know.
All right.
So we start in this forest right here, the green.
Yeah. Yeah, and if
purple.
If you guys just give me a little bit more background, I can go from there.
Okay, Steph is what are you getting in trouble with?
Bandits.
And why were you in that part of the forest?
Well, I'm actually nearby the coast because originally the whole thing was to find, I don't know, some exotic seeds or whatever to help with, the farm. At the same, but at the same time, it's also doubling as a trip to go to Pelor. So I don't know. I figured traveling by the coast.
Where would your dad live? Like somewhere up here?
I don't know, because I figured he'd live nearby the humans, but I'm not entirely sure.
Well, the problem is, it sounds like the humans are all the way down here.
I know, and I was...
there's humans in Waterside. And there's, again, there's even...
But she says that he's obsessed with human culture, so he'd probably pick the biggest human settlement.
Okay.
Because, here, we could have it so that he used to live, with the mother at the Kingdom of Light when they were soldiers, but now that they're retired, they kind of go off
right
somewhere, like a smaller establishment.
Right here. This little island right here. It's a little island forest. It's actually pretty sacred, but Dun is the biggest human establishment besides Farscape. Or you could just say there's a forest outside of Farscape. I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter to me.
Because they both of them want to start nearby the Forest of Vancouver, so maybe they can have like a small
Well,
establishment.
I picked the Forest of Vancouver because that's where he said that Alex was. If Alex was wandering, like if his parents just left and this is where he's from, he'd be wandering around there. Your dad was a wood elf or whatever, so that's
It
why I
doesn't matter
thought
where you're
that.
from. It's just where you're traveling when you guys meet up.
Right. Well, that's
Right.
what
Well, I mean, you know, I mean, my parents, I mean, everybody left me, so I was sort of wandering the forest of Vancouver to sort of try to find
Okay,
a place
so
where I belong.
let's go with what Steph said. They used to live nearby Dunn for a long time,
Mhm.
and
They
then
moved
they
to
got
closer-
older and they moved up, somewhere outside of Laurenvale.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Then Steph went into the woods to get some stuff for her dad, got in trouble. Alex lived nearby in the woods. He was in the same neck of the woods. And you said Farscape was the gambling place?
Yeah, it's the Vegas of this continent.
Maybe I started there, got some word that somebody had information at Vancouver, and I've just moved up the coast into this wooded area at the same time. Does that sound
All right.
good?
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to my ass.
And I'm sorry. And why is Alex's character here?
Because that's where he lives.
Oh, because I know I don't think I ever completely grasped where his character lives exactly.
Oh
He
yeah,
lived in the
because
forest.
I'm like a barbaric dwarf, and I resided in Vancouver.
Oh yeah,
and
dwarf. I forget.
yeah, and I was and my family just sort of well, specifically my parents were warriors, and they didn't really appreciate my hermit way of life, so they decided to just leave me and continue on their quest while I was wandering the forest.
I have to apologize for something. I completely forgot you were a dwarf. I, for whatever reason, thought you were a half-orc. The dwarves would definitely reside in the mountains, and Dogrinsdale right here is like the biggest dwarven establishment. They actually were accredited for the more technological weapons in the Second Era War. So that would be a good place anywhere in the mountains. I apologize. I thought you were half-orc. No dwarves.
All right, well then,
would
how
be
do
in the
we get
forest of
him?
Vancouver.
How do we
Well-
get him to the forest?
Well, then let's say that I was a dwarf that was residing in the mountains and wandered my way up to the forest to sort of.
Yeah.
I was sort of wandering my way through the mountains of Aru, and sort of wandering my way through the coast and through the some of the mountainous regions of the coast side, and found my way into the forest of Vancouver, and then met you guys.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I think I have a reason why to be in Forest of Vancouver. Maybe perhaps I was gathering. I'm just thinking here, because eventually my character wants to go to Pelor to get these sages or whatever to read my visions. But at first I'm just like, well, I need to get a lot of supplies, and I'm not necessarily going to raid, my parents' farm. So I'm going to go to the Forest of Vancouver, maybe find something there that could help me out. So that's my reasoning for going to.
We can also flesh it out.
Boom.
We can also flesh it out later. I mean, that's all fine and well. For now, what matters is that we're kind of starting right here in a kind of a pathway that goes in between the Forest of Vancouver and the mountains of Rue, and you guys are heading and whatever towards Vancouver because you have some information. Yeah. The Wood Elves of Vancouver are very knowledgeable. They're also very powerful. The Elder of Vancouver is said to be probably amongst the top 2 or 3 most powerful people on this continent. Well, at least that is known. There's also said to be a guardian amongst the ranks here. We'll get into. I didn't want to get into the whole thing of guardians, but guardians are kind of like you have dragon spirits on the top, and then you have deities below them, and then guardians right on par with deities, except for guardians walk among the people.
Okay.
Okay.
And so there's only 2 guardians that you guys would know about that are. You're born a guardian. That's the only way to be a guardian. And each one of them will have a mark on their wrist. That's all I'll tell you for now. We'll get into that a little bit more.
Okay.
But they also are said to have a guardian, which is a big deal.
Okay. So, Jared, you are the boss sauce. So click exactly where on the map we meet at this point, because now
I already right here, this little blue blob.
Okay. So how did we end up there? You said. Because Steph said she was trying to go down to.
You told me you
Pelor.
guys met on a path, like traveling somewhere on the pathway. So this is one of the roads leading from Laurenvale to the woods, essentially. kind of, here, I'll draw it a little bit better. It goes kind of like this, essentially. Not that perfect of this, but it kind of goes like that, and then it goes up the river a little bit, and then up.
Okay, so that's where you meet.
Kind of follows the river at that point.
All right, I need to do one thing here. Just I'll probably actually put this towards the beginning of the thing. So just give me a second here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. This is my first time ever playing D&D. Alex said that he played once. Right, Alex? Once? Great, thanks for your input.
He might be asleep.
Probably about 2 or 3 sessions, I would say.
Thank you. And Steph, have you ever played?
No.
Okay, so this is mine and Steph's first time. Alex played 4 seconds of silence, 2 or 3 seconds, or sessions. Jared plays like every week for the past 67 years or something like that.
I've been playing since 2006. So, yeah.
So he's like our overlord. So he's got us into playing this. So we're playing that. We are currently on what we're calling session 0, which is basically us just learning everything and trying to get a grasp of what the hell is going on here. So we're going to go through and just kind of give a brief overview of each of our characters, and then we'll pick back up where we left off before I decided to put this in 45 minutes into the video. So, Alex, go ahead, quick.
Okay, so I am a barbarian of sorts. I am a dwarf, a mountain dwarf to be exact, that resided in the mountains. And basically, my family was pretty much a family of warriors, and especially my mother and father. They were both dwarves, very substantial warriors in the realm of light, and I was always one of pretty decent power, but I was always one to sort of keep to myself. So I never really showed my true strength and my true experiences with my family, because I was just sort of a loner and sort of to myself. And due to this, my mother and father thought it was sort of weak of them to continue on with me, and for that reason, they sort of decided to leave me to take care of myself and to wander on and find out about the world on my own. So when I was rather young, I was sort of left by my parents to sort of wander the mountains and find out what my true power was.
Pretty bad parents to just leave their kids.
Yeah. That's the dwarf way of life, I guess.
All right, Steph.
Alrighty, so my character is a half elf. Her name is Vivian. She's a half elf. So her mother was a human and her father was a wood elf, or at least is. They're still alive. So they're both fighters. Like, the mother was a ranked soldier and the father was a skilled archer. Even though the father was a wood elf, he was absolutely enamored by, humans, the culture, their behavior, how they act, things like that. So he wanted to live close to them. So he left and kind of moved in close to the Kingdom of Light. And around this time, this was towards the the tail end of the Second Era War. So he enlisted, and through there he also met Vivian's mother, and they both fought during the war. At the end, the mother was honorably discharged as she lost one of her legs, and then the father retired to take after her, and they lived out. They moved out of the Kingdom of Light and lived closer to the northern parts in Lauren Vale. They were small specialty farmers. The father was a bit eccentric, and the farm is actually something unusual. It's one of exotic fruits and herbs. So Vivian, she was raised, Kingdom of Light for a little bit, but then spend the rest of her life being raised around Lauren Vale and the farm. And she in her 20s, she's currently 24. She left her home in claims of searching for new seeds and formulas from the lands close to the shore. However, what she didn't tell her parents, her true intention was to investigate these horrible reoccurring visions that she kept getting about her home city being destroyed by something unidentifiable but unmistakably malicious. So right now she is on a traveling journey. She is a little bit inexperienced. She is able to use a bow and arrow. She does have skills for hunting and gathering. But she isn't necessarily reckless, but more somebody who's more likely to take risks. Family is super important for her. These visions are again something that happens on a common basis, so it's like a constant reminder of her journey. And but she's also, even though she's got a serious mission, she's also somebody who loves to laugh and hang out with people. And she also has a love for the ale and wine and things like that. So she's
Oh,
a
the
very like
ale.
she's she loves like she has, she takes off of her mom who has a fiery spirit and just loves hanging out with people and very
And getting
sociable,
drunk.
things like that. Yeah, things like that, which is kind of like the opposite of what like the wood elves really are. They're more sophisticated and more gentle, while
Or like the dwarves. You sound like a dwarf. Like we're like, oh, go on now, let's get no darkness.
well, it's her mom, really, because her mom was just a fierce, she was a soldier. She was fierce and but yeah,
Uh,
so
Longest elevator ride I've ever
that.
been.
Listen, that's like her thing. That's her history. Now everyone knows.
Elevator ever. I was actually convinced that it stopped and I was gonna die.
Oh.
All right, and lastly but not leastly is myself. I am Kerrigan. I'm a lovely little rogue tiefling. I have a little concept thing here. I'll be putting on screen. I did not make this concept, but I did add the fire horns. But this basically gives an idea of what my character is. She is a blind rogue tea leaf who is an incredible badass, very skilled, very perceptive, even though she is disabled in the eyesight category. Her parents were very famous / infamous, and because of this, they were assassinated. And during their assassination, she lost her eyesight. So she has embarked on a journey to find the killer and end their lives, and used her situation to kind of become incredibly powerful and incredibly smart and perceptive, even though she is blind. And she is very, very vengeful. So there we go.
Okay, so what we've already explained here is that we're just kind of giving a session 0 here, a brief explanation of what's going on. So what we want to do now is just kind of, I know that it's late. We've been on this for quite a bit. I don't know if we want to do a little role playing or not.
Let's do our little intro thing, and then we'll call it a night.
I thought this was our intro thing.
Like a little intro role playing, or like what?
Well, yeah, where we meet and just kind of get all of our bitches together.
Okay, yeah, and again, before everybody leaves, I do want to go over a little bit of stuff, so don't just leave before I get a chance to do that. But all right, so Lauren Vale is you just left Lauren Vale.
Who is you?
I'm guessing Vivian.
You. So here, let me do this a little better.
But I thought
Kerrigan,
I came from Farscape.
You did, but the path, the main roads go through Kreen, up, and then they split to Waterside, or they continue north to Laurenvale, and then you're just stopped at Laurenvale to refresh on rations and everything.
Okay.
And you're now. It's probably 4:00 in the afternoon. Midday and mid travels through the main path.
Should we be having our Are pictures on there? Are little character cards so people know where we're all at?
Not for the main map, because it's just like where that blue mark is. You're just there somewhere. It's not.
Oh, okay.
When we get to the zoomed in maps, then we'll use the tokens. But for now, so you were on your way there, and then you there is actually a little small establishment. Not establishment, but like it's a village that consists of 3 huts, and caravans can go through and restock supplies, do some trading. It's kind of like a trade post, if you will. And it doesn't get a lot of, like, it's not as visited as much as some of the other cities, but it's a trade point. So you kind of stop here, and you notice your friend, not your friend yet, but you notice a half-elf. What is your... I had to go to the bathroom, so I didn't hear everybody's descriptions. I'll re-listen to it. But Vivian, if you don't mind describing what your character looks like upon seeing her.
Oh, sure. Let me bring up the character.
And you as well, GP.
Okay. So,
wouldn't that be nice to have those tokens then? Because mine shows exactly what my character looks like.
Oh, why don't you describe it?
I'll describe it.
I'll describe it.
Okay, so...
I'll grab it, not describe it. Sorry.
I can describe it. That's fine.
She is a medium height but slender person. She is 5 feet 5 inches.
There you go.
She's got a moderate amount of weight, like not too much, but enough for a fit person. She's got blue, very striking blue eyes and very dark raven hair, which she's got from her mother's size.
In case people don't know, Raven is black.
Yeah. Yeah, she's equipped with. Well, actually, she's not equipped with anything. She's just wearing, like just very light clothing.
She's not wearing anything.
No, wait, like not like armor or anything like that. But she's wearing like light clothing, but moderate stuff, just stuff you wear for traveling.
I love your
things like that.
I love your description. Most people are just like, I'm wearing chainmail and I got black hair.
She's naked. She's naked.
It's such an awesome description. So yeah. Doesn't leave anything out of the imagination there.
Okay, Dan, go.
Go ahead.
My character, Kerrigan, is a relatively tall for a woman, girl, obviously, because I said woman. Very athletic, very almost thicker, not in terms of like overweight, but she's got a lot of meat on her bones from all of her training and everything. She's wearing this kind of crazy purple corset thing with a lot of extravagant like flowing parts and stuff like that. She has a purple bandage over her eyes. People can see it on screen right now if you're looking at screen. She has reddish brown hair and giant flaming antlers because reasons. And that's about that. Oh, and a very beautiful flower in her hair.
Okay, so Engor, you have recently either fled or left Vancouver Forest, whether there's a conflict or something that you came up with while I was taking a pee and I didn't hear it. But for whatever reason, you're fleeing south, leaving Vancouver, going south, and you will arrive here shortly after they do. But so right now, I'm going to go ahead and say that Vivian is in the tavern, what makeshift little shack. It's not a huge tavern, but it's where you would go to sleep or order any food or beverages or anything. There's probably about 2 other people in here. There's the person running the place, a traveler who's kind of sitting at the edge of this table. It's like a makeshift wood table. There's like 4 chairs. He's on the far end, and then you can be seated wherever. But and that's it. And then you arrive. I'll get these names memorized here in a second. Kerrigan opened the door to that. You see that. You guys will see Kerrigan walk in. And Engor, you arrive here just as the door shuts to him entering. So you guys kind of conveniently have all here at the same time almost. Vivian, you've probably been here for, it's however long you want. It doesn't matter. You've just been here before. You arrived here before all of them. Yeah.
This is where we meet? Is this where we all meet together?
Yep.
Because this is nothing like we discussed. Oh, okay. Okay.
Don't
You're
worry.
the boss.
I know
You're the boss.
the discussion was that there was a brawl, right? A fight, and you saved her, right?
Very, very, very loosely, but we'll go with it.
All right. Well, I'm just taking what you gave me.
We'll go with it.
But I want you guys to. I don't want to wait till next session to introduce his character, so I kind of have to bring him along here. So if we're gonna roleplay the background,
You're the boss.
I'm gonna have to make some. Well, we'll see. Anyways,
You're the boss.
So,
Dude, it's fine.
But after about, does your character drink, Vivian?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. Okay.
A lot.
So I'm gonna go ahead and again, if you guys are in disagreement, don't let me tell you what your characters are doing or what's going on with your background. But if it's safe to say, I'm gonna say you're well into your fourth or fifth ale.
Ale.
Yeah, yeah.
You are probably starting to see double. And the person running this place is loving it. I mean, he doesn't get a lot of customers, and you're ordering the good stuff. I'm not going to penalize you on gold pieces or anything for your character sheet or anything like that. This is
The
bad.
good
Okay.
stuff, baby.
So he puts down your fifth one, and he's huge grin on his face, and you hear a mumble from the guy who's sitting in the bar stool, if you will, at the far end, and the tavern owner kind of looks at him, and all of a sudden you see a smile kind of turn into a frown, and at the same point the door opens, and in comes a freaking tiefling. Like this was kind of a low lit tavern, and just like the flame from the antler just kind of lights up the place, and you see this person. The tavern owner kind of reacts a little bit overhanded and kind of like backs up, like like overreacts a bit too much, if you will. But the guy in the stool doesn't flinch. You also notice that there's a person in the stool. He's got like a hooded cloak over his head, so you can't see what race or face or anything about him or her. And so you enter and you see a really drunk woman and the tavern owner and this person. So what do you want to do, Kerrigan?
Wait, I just want to interject for a second. Does Vivian's aware that the tiefling's in the building?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
it actually kind of looks like there's two because you're so drunk.
Hey, Bert
Four
said-
titties!
Twins! We got twins!
I'd imagine her just looking around going like, "Hey, Martin, did you know you got a flaming tree?"
He's kind of like putting his hand down. Well, you guys can't see my camera, but he's kind of like, "Shh, don't bring attention. Just kind of like."
The tree's on fire. It needs to be put out.
I'm going to clarify a couple things. I didn't intend that we were going to meet at a bar, so I'm changing it that I'm actually going to the bar in Laurenvale asking for information.
Okay.
So I'm going to approach
That's why we
bartender.
roleplay the backgrounds, because I think it's funner to kind of go on the fly.
That's fine. Just making sure the background makes sense.
If we disagree with any of this, we can write it up later and change it. But this
I'm
is
fine
just
with
kind
asking the bartender here. That's
yeah,
fine.
I'm just kind of I'm just trying to make it fun for you guys. If you don't,
No, that's
agree with
totally
it,
fine.
Okay, so
There was also one other thing I should have stated, and we can worry about this later. Is her horns aren't always on fire.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
kind
I
of
thought
like
you said they were.
well, it's kind of like a battle thing, like
She can cast a spell and they're on
well,
fire?
it's basically when she gets aggressive, they catch fire. It's like the Hulk thing.
Okay,
So like when she's
Okay.
calm,
that's a trigger.
she's like that. So like let's say for example, like she's talking to a bartender and the bartender's like just being a stubborn brick and she starts to get flustered, they'd start sparking and then catch fire.
Are you sure
and
they don't
just
catch
kill.
on fire when orcs are nearby? That's a Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
reference. You wouldn't know that. Anyways,
What's Lord of the Rings?
But
That's fine.
That's fine.
Let's say-
Okay, so
let's say
your
she's
your
pissed.
antlers
Something-
are not on fire.
Something
so-
happened.
Whoa! There's too much talking.
No,
Jesus.
something happened outside. She came in aggressive. The antlers were on fire. Everybody kind of gasped, and then they went out.
No, that's
She
fine.
like
They don't have to be
she
on
kind of
fire.
realized like, oh shit, I'm drawing attention to myself.
Yeah.
She puts her.
Okay. Well, regardless of whether they're in fire or not, that's up to you. They still see your antlers, so and
Right,
know
right.
that you're
That's fine.
thieving. So you walk in.
I walk
so
in.
what do you want to do?
I talked to the bartender.
Okay. He's like, what?
Go straight up to the.
what do you
I go straight
have?
up to the thing.
He points to his wide selection of 3 different types of ales. They all are like shitty quality type. They don't even like really. He makes it itself, so it's not like any brand or anything that you would know. It's just light. Light ale. There's light ale, and then dwarven.
Okay.
I have
That's
not.
the name of the ales.
I just want to just have like Vivian like interject a little bit. She's be like, I recommend that one. And she points to like absentmindedly to like one of them or whatever, and she's like, they're really good.
It's like I don't think you want to try that one yet, Mrs.
All right. Well, before you get to that point, I just want to put a little disclaimer. I have not workshopped this girl's voice at all, and I'm a man, so it's going to be bad no matter what I do.
Oh, it's okay. We'll just use our
Just roll with it, man.
Audience, forgive me if this is
Oh
terrible.
my gosh, just roll with it. Let's do this. All right. He's like Mrs.
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan. He's like,
That's hot. That's fucking hot, dude.
Thanks, babe. Thanks.
I would not recommend
That's fucking hot.
starting with the.
Go ahead. All right. Sorry. We're having fun. We're having fun.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure you hear me. He's like, I wouldn't start with a dwarven ale as a starting drink. It's quite heavy.
You mean great?
Actually, I'm not looking for...
In fact, I'm very surprised this one is still conscious after having 5 of... Well...
I'm not just conscious, I'm alive!
Roll me a con save.
I just kind of like turn my head to her. Obviously, I can't look because I don't have fucking eyes. But I just kind of turn my head to her. That just kind of gives her like a little bit like, okay, gonna calm down a little bit type thing. Just kind of like one of those glances. Then I look back to the bartender and I said, I say something like, actually, I'm not looking for anything to drink. I'm looking for information.
Yes, we sell ale as well as information. What are you looking for? But first of all, Vivian, give me a con save. It's on your core tab under con. There should be a dice you can roll.
Con save.
Core tab.
Wait. Okay, core
that on a journal?
stats.
No, the core stats. Sorry, not core tab.
Okay, so I'm in core stats. What's a con save?
There should be a picture of a little dice you can click on after your your con, where it says con.
Oh, okay. Click on save.
On that. Yeah, click on that. Yeah, there's saves and then checks. Saves are on the core tab, and then checks are on the skills tab at the bottom. But we'll get to that.
Okay.
All right, so you rolled 9. Okay, so you are plastered drunk. Role play accordingly.
Okay.
So this alcohol, this dwarven alcohol, like you're like, oh, they're just naming it dwarven alcohol or whatever, you know, it can't be that bad. But it was actually like, we're talking 20 to 30% alcohol content in these things. This is just loaded. So you're pretty much trash. So anyways, he's like, oh, sure, I will give, I'm glad to have a conversation with paying customers. So he kind of like gives you like the indication that he's hoping that you'll buy a drink or something.
He's talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You were just talking about Steph. So that just
he seems very, his voice seems very shaky and nervous. It's like, yeah, we are more than happy to, or I'm more than happy to give information to paying customers.
Okay, then dealer's choice.
He starts you out with the lighter brew, obviously, wants you to drink more. Pours it out, it's pours it very well. There's not less foam, doesn't really matter. He puts it down. It's probably about a pint size tankard. Puts it on the table, and he's like, "Now, what would you like to know?"
All right, so my character, again, blind. Everybody notices it. Like, she doesn't hide it by, like, just, like, pretending she can see. I mean, she has that very eccentric sash all around her eyes. So, very clear that she's blind, but she grabs that what is it? What's the, not a mug.
Glass.
Not a glass. Yeah, but there's a cup. What's...
Tankard.
Tankard. I was saying canter. That wasn't right. But she grabs the tankard, like, beautifully, swiftly, like, not even a fraction off, brings it up to her mouth, takes a sip, puts it down. I'm looking for someone.
Well, not too many people pass by these parts, but I'll help however I can. By the way, at this point, you are now in the village or the little post there, Engor, and you're free to. You just let me know when you're walking in. You can be walking in at any point.
Who, me?
Yes.
Yes, Engor.
Who, me? Okay.
This angle or the other angle?
Okay,
I don't
so-
know.
You can arrive here drunk if you want.
So
That's more.
here we go. Engor sort of stumbles through the entrance to the tavern. He's sort of in a dazed and confused sort of mindset because he's been wandering for so long. He wasn't really expecting to find a tavern which was inhabited by people who were actually conversing with each other because ever since his trek from the mountains, he's sort of just been in a rush to try to find some sort of purpose and find some sort of meaning. And when he walks into the tavern, he sort of sees Vivian and Kerrigan and sort of wanders up to them and sort of looks at the bartender and says, "I'll have whatever they're having." You know, so.
Well,
Does
he's
he
already.
orgasm at any point?
When you walk in, and as you start talking, he is already pouring the dwarven ale into a tankard before you even.
Oh, sweet!
He knows the drill. And he's excited. He's like, "Oh my gosh, this is like the most customers I've had in like a month." He's like super giddy and excited until he looks back at the tiefling and he's like, But so he pours it to you and slides it over, and so now you're drinking. Give me a con save, but you get advantage since you are a dwarf, and you it's your first drink. So basically, just roll a con save and take the better of the two numbers that are displayed.
Okay. Let me get two here because my computer's slower than fucking African children.
Meanwhile,
What?
I'm sorry for any African children who are watching.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Okay, con save. Okay, so two rolls.
oh my god.
No, just one. Wait, is
okay.
it?
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Well,
what
I
are the
rolled
two different
two.
numbers?
It's just one, and he picks one of each number, right? Or
But
he
wait,
picks
why
the
are
better
there
of each
four?
number.
But there's four numbers.
Well, now that he rolled twice, there are.
He hit it twice on accident. He has advantage,
Yeah,
so he gets to take the best of them. So he rolled a 14, which is...
And that's out of what? It's out of 20, right?
Well, I set the DC just depending on the situation. This is the Dwarven Brew, so it's a bit strong. The DC was actually 15.
Nice.
So you fail. You are immediately starting to get buzzed.
Oh, nice. So how you doing? Yes.
That's buzzed.
Real good.
I don't think that's how buzzed
What?
sounds.
I think he
honestly.
was already drunk when he got here. I don't know.
It must have been.
So, and again, the guy in the far stool is just motionless. He's still working on his one drink. Hasn't said a word. Hasn't moved. So he's like, "Who are you looking for?"
Yeah, this is something I probably should have developed. I actually don't know who I'm looking for yet. Obviously, I know who I'm looking for, but I don't know what race they would
Can
be.
you describe them?
Well, she didn't see them because she got blinded.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, the eye. So he doesn't really know how to can you like?
Do you, and Vivian
if
and
you-
say, "Do you know what
do you
they
know
How
how
would
to
smell
you
like?"
know? How would you know if we found them? No, I don't. He doesn't. He's like doesn't know how to to address the situation.
Just tell us
I
what
got
she
an idea.
smelt.
I got an idea.
We can detect it by smell.
Yeah, I was actually hoping that Alex would come in and disrupt the conversation and then
He did.
move it on before it got back to me. So let me
Everybody give me
I don't-
perception, and this is
Well,
to
he-
listen.
yeah.
Oh,
So
perception?
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
keep
we're doing-
going, keep going. Just make
Oh.
the rolls on the side.
Wait, why are we
what's-
doing rolls?
Wait,
Just keep role
What is-
playing.
wait, which one's perception? Because I don't.
It's under skills.
Am I doing this too?
Oh.
Everybody roll a perception. This is for listening, so you can roll it. You have advantage
Okay, so
because of
it-
your.
how do I do it? I go to journal, right?
Go to your character sheet and
Yeah.
go to skills. and
I got a
perception.
22.
Natural 20, but
And
oh
what do
my
I click?
gosh. What?
I see. Give me a second.
So I got 22 and Engor got 21.
Okay, you could
I'm
also
probably
roll,
gonna get destroyed, but let's try it. Wait, I have a perception proficient, so I take the
you
better
have
of them?
advantage on it, but still.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
So you
what
still
is
got a
that?
14.
Do I roll
You're
again?
so busy thinking about you.
Right.
You take the better of the two numbers displayed there with advantage. That's what advantage.
But what about me and Engor? Do we take the first number on the list?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you don't have advantage, you always take the first number. But since those were phenomenal, you guys all hear. You hear it sounds like some a discussion going on outside, maybe some passerbys or something, but they seem to be coming in the village. This trading post is now sounds like it's starting to get quite crowded. It sounds like since you guys rolled so well, it sounds like there are probably about 4 people having a conversation. They're very loud, and you hear their armor like clanking. It sounds like they're wearing heavy armor.
This is my only problem with role playing. Is it makes no sense that my character wouldn't hear that. It literally makes no sense.
Your character is is talking to the tavern owner, and the tavern owner is kind of like shouting.
Yeah, but she's a trained assassin. Like she'd hear it, man.
Well, you were just your attention.
Not according to your roll, she would.
I get it, and that's what I'm just saying. Like that's my only problem with it.
You hear
it makes
something,
no sense.
you just don't know what it is. You hear like noise, but you're just so engrossed in your conversation. Your tremor sense, though, I mean, you obviously everything that's making movement, people outside is triggering it, but it's now being triggered by more things that you're just so focused in this conversation, you just don't know what. But anyways,
okay. I'm gonna defend that that's not like my character, but we'll go ahead. Because I think that she would be perceptible of things like that.
Yeah,
like she notices like the subtle changes. Like if something happened outside,
if you make every single people
I'm
are
just
outside, I automatically know what's out there. There's no
saying.
way I would fail.
We understand that, but it's this kind of system is what prevents them from breaking the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to use an action point to automatically hear them, that's what they're there for. But I haven't described them yet, so
nope.
You are engrossed in the conversation. You're not perfect. You did not hear for whatever reason. Anyways, moving on.
I'll let the guys tell.
So what are you guys who have heard it? What are you doing?
I turn around and kind of inquire, like, did you guys hear that? Is supposed to be some kind of patrol going on around here?
It kind of sounds like it. I kind of hear like a kind of sort of like a low rumble of a conversation with like a very low sort of ruffle of heavy armor of some sort. I'm not entirely sure what it is.
As they pointed out, you immediately hear it, Kerrigan, and you're kind of like pissed at yourself that you didn't notice it before. And the tavern owner's like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he's like,
Can my horn start to spark? They don't catch fire, but they start to spark.
That's fine. But by the time you two hear it, the tavern owner and Kerrigan hear it, the doors are already being like slammed open. Not just open, they're just like they just barge in the door, and they're like, "All of you out of here! This is our establishment now." They are clearly some sort of heavily armored raiders of some sort. They have these like bandanas around their heads that they're blue, and they have an X like ripped into the middle of it, like they took a knife and ripped an X into the middle of it. Of each one of these are wearing this scarf, and the one who's speaking, who comes in first, also has this scarf around each one of his biceps, indicating that he's probably the leader. And he's like, "Oh yeah, get out of here. This tavern's mine." He's like, "Except for you. You serve us drinks all night." And he's clearly already somewhat enamored in alcohol.
Well,
we got ourselves a women here and a freakazoid.
All of a sudden, Vivian just kind of like both stand up as best as she could, and she's like, "Oh yeah, well."
Roll me a dex save.
What? A dex save?
Yep.
Okay. Does she have any? She doesn't have any like weapons or anything, does she?
No, I'm not worried about
it. Okay.
Oh, critical failure. You go to stand up and you fall flat on your face.
Can I catch her?
Because
as she's falling,
give me a dex.
Dex.
Dex save. So it's
Give
gonna be your
him,
core
give,
tab.
give him a dex, baby.
Actually, it's gonna be a Dex
Deception.
check. So it's gonna be your
Oh,
skill
it's
tab.
in core stats. Oh, is it skills?
Yeah, he's doing a check. You were doing a save. He's doing a check.
So where am I looking?
Go
Give
to
him a
the
check in skills, my good nigga.
Skills tab, very bottom, where it says just your basic rolls. Go to the Dex and roll that.
I'm missing something. Under skills.
Very bottom of the skills tab.
Oh, unskilled dex check.
Yes. That's
At the bottom,
Oh, I
under.
see. I was looking for dex. I wasn't looking for unskilled.
Yeah. It's,
Okay.
There's checks and then saves. That would be.
And
a
there's
check.
no proficiency or anything like that. I just click it.
Yep.
Oh!
You yeah, you grab her. You go to grab the dwarf and you grab it.
Dwarf.
The
Sorry,
half elf.
not dwarf. Sorry, the half elf, and you grab her hand, but she still hits the floor. But you do grab her hand, so you're quick to the draw, but not quick enough to prevent the fast falling elf. So you still thump on the ground, and you feel somebody has a hold of your hand. Dwarf, you are. What are you doing?
I'm just sort of standing up in sort of a state of shock, sort of kind of not really entirely sure what's happening, but I insist to continue on to the scene and sort of wander over to Vivian and Kerrigan and sort of try to figure out what exactly is going on, because I was sort of in my own little world, but then I continue to wander over and say, are you guys okay?
So yeah, you guys can interact however you want, but the tavern owner is going to be like, "Hey, we don't serve your kind." He says this very in a scared voice. We don't serve the bandits of the east here.
Okay, while he's doing that, I realized that I didn't actually get to catch her fully from falling, but she did hit the floor, but I immediately helped her to her feet with the hand that I had grabbed her.
One thing you need to keep in mind, Dan, is that you are first level. You are not a skilled assassin. No, you guys are just one step above civilian. So keep that in mind. So
But how does that make sense based on her backstory? How does that make sense based on her backstory?
But you've just had a lucky back. I don't know. I'm actually waiting for you to send me your physical background before I take.
Well,
anything
she's
into
been
consideration.
training all this stuff since she was blinded, when she was 8. So
Yeah.
she'd be pretty skilled at this point. Based on my backstory, again, that's my first Dungeons and Dragons. I have no idea how this shit works. So
Yeah. So yeah, you've been training, but you're still dealing with a whatever. It doesn't matter. We can work. We don't need to fill this time with that. We can figure that out in downtime.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing. What's everybody else doing? So you're help. Oh yeah. So
she's to her
I'm
feet.
trying to get up.
She's to her
Go
feet.
ahead.
He's saying he doesn't serve your kind. What happens next, Jared?
No, you got. I'll let you know. You guys.
Okay.
do your thing.
So Vivian again was just says thank you to Kerrigan. Just thanks for your help, and then she tries to throw the first punch because she does not understand tact at this state of mind.
You see a man smile. The leader smile as he knows that you are just so drunk. He's he sees kind of an opportunity here, and he goes to change his mind. He's like, I take that back. Everybody but her and you need to leave. And then you swing, and just roll me a d20. Don't worry. Just if you go to the roller, if you go to the toolbar to the left, there's the very bottom. There's a question mark. The second one, yeah. There you go. So you just give him a right hook to the jaw, and he falls face first on the ground. Knock him out
okay.
cold. And his buddies are kind of they look down, and they both put their knuckle in their mouth, and they're like, damn!
Are they black?
Yeah, you know it.
Wow, that was racist.
I mean, just basing it off empirical evidence here.
They seem impressed more than upset. And the tavern owner is still shouting at them. It's kind of incoherent at this point. He's just shouting at them. And
Okay, while he's shouting and she had knocked them and the guards are just kind of dumbstruck, I kind of grab her by the shoulder and just kind of pull her away gently just to try to keep the fight from happening or whatever. She kind of resists, but at the end she just kind of stands next to me.
Yeah. You, Vivian, you're wondering how this person is like seeing you to grab you, like how they know where you are. I mean, I guess it's kind of being loud, but you just socked the dude in the face, and you must have stepped like 10 feet away from him, and she just came up behind you and grabbed you in the shoulder.
Yeah. Should I inquire about that, or?
That's up to you.
Sure.
Okay.
Your character do.
Just be like, so.
Oh, and also her horns are on fire now. So.
Listen, I know what I had earlier was a little bit on the strong side, but if I am not mistaken, you got a thing in your face and your horns are on fire. What? Okay.
Nice.
Honestly, I don't think you'd understand it if I tried to explain it to you right now. So maybe ask me again when you're a little bit more on our plane.
That's hot.
Thanks, man.
You hear a dwarf say that's hot in the background.
It's just like that's hot.
Dude, that's really fucking hot, dude.
No, your antlers, they're hot. Ouch.
Yeah, the burning. And
Dude,
by that point,
your antlers are on fucking fire, dude.
after she had I'd pulled her back and she asked me, my antlers have calmed down since, because there's no imminent threat at the moment.
Shit.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, the other three guys.
I also wish you guys could have saw my hand motions for antlers. I just did like this really like impromptu like dance just like above my head with my hands.
So they're kind of like, they still like feel like they own this place just because they're inside of it, but they're not like they're not threatening anybody. They just kind of like they go to sit down, and Dwarf, are you sitting in a stool right now? Not Dwarf.
Yeah.
Engor. Okay, so they occupy the two stools next to you, and then the other guy's in the other stool, and the guy's like, "Hey, can you get up? I want to sit here." And the guy does not move, does not say anything, and he's like, "Hey, get up, buddy!" And he pushes him, and you notice that when he pushes the guy, he just disappears. He vanishes.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa!
How would I notice that?
And they're like, "Damn!"
No, and Steph goes, "Whoa! Did anyone see that?" And then my character goes, "No."
I'm gone. I'm fucking out of there, dude.
But immediately, they
So the guy in the stool disappeared, right? I got that right?
No.
I disappeared, bitch.
No. The guy who was pushing the guy in the stool, had said nothing this entire time. As soon as he touched him to push him, the guy who touched him, the bandit, disappeared.
That's a completely different story.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm just there standing with mouth wide open, just going like.
As soon as that happens,
that's why they're like, "Damn!" Like they don't know what to do. Everybody's kind of like a little startled at this point.
Yeah.
As soon as that happens, my character immediately picks up on the fact that something happened, and she immediately feels threatened. So her horns start to spark, but not catch flame. Just kind of like kind of like aggressive, like something just happened. I'm not sure what. I'm on guard, type sparkage.
Yeah. But so okay, you see her horns, antlers, whatever you call them, spark up again, and the tavern owner ducks for cover behind his makeshift counter there. Doesn't provide much cover, and the guy just sits there and takes another sip as if nothing has happened. And the other two guys, for whatever reason, turn to Vivian, and they have this look of just anger on their faces. And then they go to attack you.
It's just like, what did I do? I only punched that one guy to make the other guy. So I kind of pull up
No idea why this is happening.
Yeah, so I try to dodge from their incoming attacks or whatever. Wait, are they lunging towards me, or they're just ready to strike? Or
yeah, they're going to hit you.
Oh, okay.
I know I said we wouldn't need to worry about combat, but I felt like this would be funner, so I just kind of made a.
No, this is fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Okay, so do they look like they're ready to strike?
No, here.
I immediately sidestep.
They both miss.
They both miss.
Wait. Okay, wait.
I'm confused.
I was gonna sidestep before they actually got to her and kind of block the path
Okay.
and just
fine.
kind of defense for the drunk girl.
Yeah, I would say you could get a attack of opportunity off on them. They're not giving you the attention that you deserve because they think you're blind. So.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't even like. Are they gonna hit me then? Because like my
No.
my whole thing is to step in front and just kind of like put my hand out, just like stop, don't attack, don't hit her type thing. I'm like in defensive mode.
Yeah, that would okay. So basically, well, they miss. So essentially, it's just the description is they miss because you push off their attacks or whatever. You get in the way, and then they stop the punch for whatever reason. They miss, and you're now standing. You're still on the ground, Vivian, and you're you're staggering.
My horns are
up,
ablaze right now.
And then before you stands this tiefling with blazing horns. Protecting you essentially from these bandits, and they
like the horns are so ablaze it actually sounds like, how when you hear fire going through wind, like it is making audible sound. The flames, like I am like in defense mode.
And the dwarf is still drinking.
He's just like, that's hot.
Yeah. And
Dwarf, what are you doing?
Dwarf.
I'm just sort of like engulfed in what's happening. I'm sort of like
He's
claiming my hermit nature as I sort of just like view from within. I'm not really making much of a comment. I don't like confrontation necessarily. I don't really like I don't really like taking things too far if I don't have to. So I'm just sort of observing from far off.
You. I'm just kidding now.
Well, then I fuck him up and kill him with my fucking axe of death.
As
you
the
take
guys,
your last gulp of your drink, and as you jump out to defend this person you've never met before, this drunken person you've never met before, they say, "Move out of the way, freak!" and they go to push you. So what you're gonna do is give me an athletics roll.
All right, let's do it.
wait,
Not you.
athletics.
No, sorry, Vivian or not Vivian.
Kerrigan.
I figured Kerrigan would be the
I'll get
I was
the
like-
names down. Don't worry.
He's getting there. Where's athletics?
It's in the skills tab.
Acrobatics, you mean?
Athletics. It's down a little bit.
Oh, I
a
see.
little further.
Okay, and just roll it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh wait, there's two of them. All right, so the one, he's like, "Get out of the way, freak!" And when he goes to push you, you automatically just grab his hand, like all badass, like. But then the other guy goes and he's like, "Hey!" And he goes to push you, and he actually gets to push you. It's not much, but he pushes you. And then he immediately regrets that decision. As you grab his companion's hand, because it kind of all happens at the same time.
Yeah. Now, when you're talking like things like that, can I interject at any point, or should I let you finish?
It'd be nice if you waited till I was done with my description, but
Okay, that's fine.
But go ahead. Why?
All right, I have the guy's hand in my hand. I'm kind of doing like a twist to kind of just like make it hurt a little bit, but not enough to do any real damage. And I just say, leave her alone.
You see like the fear in his eyes. He like saw you snatch his hand, and he thought you were blind. He just had a sudden realization of the situation.
Yeah, and I look at him with my face, and I just say, leave her alone, as I have his hand held.
Roll me intimidation.
Okay. Intimidation.
Yeah, a lot's happened here. He has a lot of right to be intimidated. But not with a roll like that. He's like, what are you gonna do? This bitch is mine.
Break his arm.
Can I break his hand?
You can. Just give me a d20 roll. We don't need to get into the.
All right. Now, how do I do a d20?
Just go to the left toolbar, the picture of the d20. It's a second from the bottom.
Left
Click on that.
toolbar, picture of the
All
d20.
the way to the left of the screen, there's a toolbar. On
Oh,
roll
okay.
20.
I see it. Yeah. Click it.
Click that and then just do a roll.
Roll d20. Yeah. No plus anything?
No, because we didn't do equipment or anything yet, so...
You can even click on the D20.
Wow.
Oh, natural one.
Oh,
Damn, you got
wow.
This is not how my character would work. This is so infuriating. Ah,
Maybe
you don't
there's some
always
tests
get to be
happening.
a badass. That's the
it's
beauty of
bullshit.
roleplay.
That's who she is. Go ahead.
So,
So bullshit.
You got fucking
It's
Shrek, dude.
it'd be funny if Vivian like kind of saves the day.
so you go
Oh,
to
it's
twist
so
him.
dumb. Okay,
You go to like twist his arm, and he kind of like just breaks free of the grapple somehow. And he's like no, and then he goes to swing at you. And what is your
right
AC? But the other two of you, feel free to interject anytime. We're not in initiatives, so feel free to interrupt me at any time.
I was gonna say, like, while he's like lunging over to her again, Vivian kind of like while that was happening, she stands up and like kind of like drunkenly, but like ram him to knock him over.
Okay, give me an athletics.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna need 2 rolls because you're so drunk. I need you to give me a dex to be able to stand up straight.
Okay, just a standard dex save.
Yeah. If you're proficient in acrobatics, I'll allow you to use that as like a balance. If you're not, then it's just a straight up dex.
It's just straight up dex. I think.
Just give me an acrobatics because if you're not proficient in it, it's just rolling a dex anyway. So just roll
Okay.
acrobatics. First. Okay, so you are struggling to stand up. You're going to stand up and fall back down.
Okay. So then I come over and say, I'm kind of short. I'm kind of like a big buff short like midget kind of guy. So I come over and say, hey, I don't want to see any of this shit happen anymore. As I sort of like try to like come over there and like intimidate, the guy who's causing all these issues.
Okay. Let's see how well you are at intimidating. Give me a roll.
This is a mess. I love it. It's so funny.
Okay, hold on.
That's the beauty of it. Like, I mean, you could be level 20 and critically fail on something and still.
This is amazing. I love how bad we're doing.
I critically fail on it. Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay, intimidation. You say?
Yes. Unless you're trying to
Here
do
we
like
go.
a persuasion or I mean I don't think that's right.
No.
Quite.
No.
Situation. I think intimidation is what you're trying to do. So.
Yeah, here we go. So all of a sudden I go, hey, I don't want to see this shit again, and then I roll an intimidation.
Yeah.
Whatever that turns out to be.
That's stealth.
Turns out to be an 8.
That's a stealth
That's
roll.
stealth.
Okay. It's on the left side. Okay, here we go. Intimidation. Okay, here we go. Oh, shit!
Oh!
I know we haven't established equipment yet, but he sees whatever big weapon you have on your back, and that you are now starting to enter this conversation, and he's like, oh shit, I want to fuck with this dwarf. He just kind of gets on his knees and puts his hand behind his head. He's like, I'm sorry. The other guy's looking at him like, oh, hold on, let's see what he rolls. He follows suit. He also does the same. In fact, he rolled so bad he probably does it quicker.
So as they're sitting down with their with their hands over their head, I sort of ask them. I say, you either have 2 choices. You can either walk away with your lives still remaining, or I can slice your head open and you can continue to just exist in this universe as a dead individual.
Here's where things get interesting. I need everybody, and I'm even going to roll for these guys, to give me a wisdom save. And don't worry, we're close to wrapping it up here, so don't, that's a critical failure.
How do I wisdom save?
The core tab.
Core tab?
Yeah, the first tab there.
Okay.
Under your wisdom. Nice. Then I need one for Engor.
Here we go.
All right, Vivian, this makes sense. You're drunk. You guys feel like something has happened in your mind, like something just out of the ordinary, and you just immediately are just like you just write it off because you're. But Vivian, for whatever, like you see these images in your head, and it's kind of like a glimpse of something. You don't know if it's like the future or something. It's just a glimpse of an event, and it's an event of you sitting at a guillotine with your head in the hole, and the guillotine falls down, but it happens like that. It's just a glimpse of this.
Oh.
And the next thing you know is you are out. You guys all see her kind of disappear, and the next thing you know, you're outside of the tavern, laying on top of the other guy who disappeared.
Okay, so I had the vision and I disappeared out of the scene.
Yes, well, just outside
Okay.
of the door. You're just like outside of the tavern.
Okay.
And
That
you're
was
laying on
just
top of the
her?
guy who also disappeared.
Okay. So he just
Just
got
her.
teleported out. Okay. All
Pretty
right.
much.
And then
Yeah.
what happened to Kerrigan and Engor?
They felt like something was trying to do, like something happened in your head. You knew that somebody was trying to do something in your head. You don't know what, but you're able to resist it. The other two.
Okay.
It was definitely magical in nature.
Okay.
So how do you guys react to that?
I disappeared. You guys react,
Yeah,
please.
you see her disappear.
I sort of look to Kerrigan and sort of say, "Do you have any idea what that just was?"
What's my current state? Because obviously I somehow critically failed at his hand, and then what happened to me after that?
I tried to knock
everything
down.
was kind of going on at the same time, so the intimidation kind of like overrode that, so he never got a chance to. Oh no, you critically failed. And he broke free of the grapple. You essentially had him grappled.
So I'm
by
just
hand.
standing there.
Huh?
Yeah.
So I'm
you're
just
free to do
standing
whatever
there?
Yeah, you're free to do whatever.
Okay, I quote unquote look. Was she behind me or would she be in front of me at this point? If she got up,
She would be in front of me or in front of you, because like she got up to like move the guy.
Okay, I looked where she was supposed to look, or where she was supposed to be. Then I looked towards Engor, and then can I look towards the guy that's been sitting at the bar the whole time that hasn't done anything and made the first guy disappear?
Yeah, don't try to avoid saying "Can I do this?" Just say "This is what I do."
Okay, then I look at him.
Yeah. Okay.
And I look at
he's
him and I
actually-
kind of just quizzically just like, what? Like, kind of look.
He's just now kind of like peering his head over the makeshift counter as to like investigate what's going on. He looks clueless
Oh.
and scared. Oh wait, you're talking about the tavern owner, quote unquote.
The guy who got pushed and
Miss-
then made the guy disappear.
Yeah, the mysterious guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't like moved this entire time.
I know,
He's moved
and
his
I
head.
look at him. I'm
Yeah,
like
you're
looking at him.
the back of his head because he's sitting at
Yeah,
the bar
right,
facing
right.
forward. So you're
Right.
looking at him, and he is literally just sitting there, no movement, hasn't moved. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the tavern owner. I apologize.
No, I'm looking at the guy because this
Okay.
second person disappeared, and I was just suspicious.
And I believe Engor said something to you.
Oh, I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah.
My ears
said,
were blind for a second.
Do you have any idea what just happened right now?
Oh, so you can be distracted.
I just kind of look at him, look back at the guy sitting there, and then I just say, I might. And then that's it.
Okay.
So
All
what are you
right.
guys doing? I'll interject when I need to.
I'm standing there.
So you guys don't investigate, don't ask anybody.
I sort of
Still
walk
got a
up
guy
to
with his
the
hands behind his head.
I sort of walk up to the guy who is just like the guy that Kerrigan looked at and came up to him and said, do you have absolutely any idea what just transpired here like 2 seconds ago?
To the guy who hasn't moved,
Yeah.
you get no answer. He takes another sip of his ale, or her. It takes another sip of its ale.
I come up behind Engor, put my hand on his shoulder, and just kind of like give him a little nudge to just come back away from him.
I sort of wander off with Kerrigan and just sort of say, I really have no idea. I'm not entirely sure what path we should be moving in this case.
And then I say, if only there were a GM.
But you just tell me what your characters would do. If you just stand there and stare at the wall, then you stand there and stare at the wall. I
sort
didn't
of-
think
At that
that's what
point,
you would
I mean-
do, but
I mean, if I'm role playing, I would have moved him away from him, and then I probably wouldn't have done anything because I'm not going to attack these guys because apparently I critically fail. So I would be on the defensive.
so you're just kind of like waiting for something
wanna-
to happen.
Do you want to check on the tavern owner? Like, do you want to?
Yeah.
That's what I was about to do.
That's
I
fine.
was
No,
about
if you
to.
guys are just kind of like sitting there, like in shock, you don't really know what to do. That's
No,
fine.
I'm about to walk up to the tavern owner and say, "Do you have any idea what just happened here?"
He's in a very shaky voice. He's like, I don't know what's going on. He seems
And
scared.
and I
Shaky or
and I
orgasm?
and I continue and I try to
Oh.
intimidate him by saying, "You have to have some sort of idea as to what's going on here."
Okay, well, if you're gonna intimidate him, you need to role play like that you're intimidating him instead of saying, "Hey, so you just tell." You need to be like, "So tell me what's going on right here."
Okay, fine.
What about
okay,
persuade him
okay, hold
instead
on,
of
hold on.
intimidate?
Yeah.
Like,
No, let him play how he.
oh,
Hold on,
okay,
hold on, hold on.
sorry.
So I need to. I didn't really feel the intimidation in that. Sorry.
Okay, hold on. There's got to be something you know about this situation. There's absolutely no way you can just sit here and be the tavern owner and have no idea what's going on.
Give that
Tell
man
me
an
what you
Oscar.
know.
Roll me an insight.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Give that man.
Tell me what you know. Okay, hold on. Let me roll an insight.
Gee,
While
darn
this is
it.
going on, Vivian, you are conscious. The guy next that you're laying on top of now is unconscious, and you notice that there is a nobody else outside.
Oh, and it's just him laying down.
Yeah, and you hear
And
inside. You hear, "You must know something" inside of the tavern.
I kind of like check to see whether he's like really unconscious, and then I kind of like.
Yeah, he's like drooling down the side of his face.
Oh, look at
Okay.
that fucking insight, dude. 20,
And
motherfucker.
I
Mother,
kind of
no, mother, don't, no.
can I search his pockets?
You can loot the hell out of him if you want.
Okay, let's loot.
Rape
All
him.
right, so you're looting. Meanwhile, you notice that this the tavern is a keeper, whatever you want to call him, is hiding something. He doesn't like just based on how he's acting and stuff. You've intimidated enough people in your life that you know that his body language is showing that he clearly has some information that he's not telling you, and either is too afraid to tell you or is purposely withholding it for whatever reason. He's clearly not letting on everything. As he says, I don't know anything.
God, dude, I fucking even rolled off 20, goddammit.
Yeah, so you notice that he's clearly hiding something.
So you can use that against him.
Yeah.
Tell me what you know. I can sense the frustration and scared attributes in your voice. Tell me what you know.
Jesus Christ.
His eyes jart over to in the direction that the person that hasn't moved is sitting, and and then they come back to you, and he's like, "Please, I don't know anything." You can
Okay,
tell
so here's what I do. Here's what I do is I grab his shirt and I sort of drag him to the wall and I say, "If you don't tell me what you know, I swear to God, I will take this axe from my back and slice your face."
Oh my God, this is like a rogue
Dark side
villain
point.
here.
Oh wait, wrong system. No. He
I'm sort of
says-
letting my dwarven tendencies get to me, even though I'm more of on a spiritual journey. I sort of got a little bit out of hand and sort of let my anger take over in that situation.
That's good.
As
So,
the guy hits the wall and Alex finishes up his
well, hold on.
Oscar-winning
Wait,
speech.
we gotta wait till his turn
Go
is
ahead.
over.
What are you
He,
doing?
I go up to him, and again, it seems to be a trend with my character. I put my hand on his shoulder and just kind of like give him a little nod of just like, "Hey, just calm down, dude. It's don't need to be this aggressive. He's just an owner type thing." And then I
You're
return.
welcome
where I'm
to.
standing.
Oh, you don't see him, but by the sound of his voice, I'll allow an insight roll from you as well, if you wish to roll.
Insight towards who?
Towards the tavern keeper, just like
No, I was just trying to keep her from literally
you're
cutting
listening
this
to the
guy's face off.
conversation. You may be able to tell by the tone of his voice. I mean, you said you've been training, so you may be able to detect things.
All I do is I go up to him, give him the nod to kind of just like, hey, kind of
Okay, cool.
calm it down a little bit, and I return to my little corner of the shop.
Cool. You don't have to roll if you want to. Okay, so yeah, you that happens, and you can choose to react however you wish to that. But the tavern owner you hear the sound of trickling as he pisses himself. And it is now running on the floor.
Aww.
He seems like he's unnecessarily terrified for some reason.
Also, I've been saying nod. I meant like a head shake. I don't know why I said nod. Like kind of like a no shake. Go ahead. Sorry. Just clarifying.
As the tavern owner pisses himself and Kerrigan just comes at me. Kerrigan, is that what is it?
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan. Okay, sorry. Kerrigan and as Kerrigan sort of
like Nancy Kerrigan.
gives me Kerrigan, like a Kerrigan, as Kerrigan sort of gives me the nod of disapproval, I sort of take a few deep breaths and just sort of look at the look deep into the eyes of the tavern owner and say, listen here, if you don't give me any information that you have, I swear to God, this will not be the last of the times that you see me in this tavern.
Give me a perception. This is a spot. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the DC is 18, so roll well.
Oh, fuck.
If you wish to use an action point, you can. I'm not saying whether it's important or not. I'm just letting you know that you are rolling a perception.
Okay, I'm probably going to get fucked, because if you rolled an 18, I'm probably going to get fucked. But, here we go.
Okay, can proceed. Okay. Oh, by the way, Vivian, you loot this person's sword. He's got a long sword, just a normal long sword, not magical or anything. Right. And he's got this bag with these. When you open it, it's like a sack, and it looks like a bunch of marbles, but they kind of glow and glimmer a little bit. You don't know what they are.
Okay, can I take the sack of marbles, glowing marbles, and I don't have any other weapon, right?
Well, we haven't. You'll have whatever equipment we agree on when we get to that part. Oh, he's also got 10 gold pieces on him.
All right, I will take the 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
All right, that'll make me to 20 now. And I'm going to take the sack of glowing marbles. I don't know whether I should take the longsword since I don't want to use that weapon, but it is a weapon that I can use. I don't know.
And sell for more gold.
I could. That is smart. Okay, longsword, I'm taking it. But I have to be careful of the weight, too, because I don't know how much I'm able to carry.
Okay, so you did all that while that other stuff was going on, so now you're free to do, you can do whatever you want.
Do we have to calculate, like, the weight of the items?
I mean, I'm not too worried about it right now at this point. We'll get into that when we do the equipment. But for now, this is
also,
background, so it happened in the past. So.
Also, I don't want to go into, like, kind of pushing us along.
I know it's 12:20.
I'm just surprised Steph still has internet, so I don't want her internet to just go out in the middle of it.
So, do you just want me to give you a summary? I have a tendency of forgetting to check the time sometimes, and I get a little immersed in my own.
I mean, what else does it take to finish this quote-unquote scene?
Not much. It's just...
then let's just finish the scene real quick and then
okay, so I just want to make sure everybody gets to do what they want to do. So I didn't want to leave her out there just twiddling her thumbs. But so you're free to do whatever you want.
Okay, well, I just want to, like, kind of peek in through, like, either, like, a crack in the door or the window.
Okay, well, I don't think the door has ever been shut. I think it's still wide open.
Oh, okay. I kind of
busted it open. So.
Oh, okay. Well, hope nobody saw me taking the sword and the
Nah, they were a little bit out of the way. So.
Okay. All right. So I kind of like peek right into the room to see what's going on.
Okay. Okay. So the tavern owner, you threaten him. And he pees himself. Kerrigan, you say, you touch shoulder, say, shake your head, say that's not a, just leave him alone, and then you go and do your thing.
Alex gets a 14 out of 18. Perception.
Yeah, so you don't. There was nothing to notice apparently, because you did not make the DC. But you notice that the tavern owner kind of just goes unconscious. And you guys are all kind of like in the same room, and you see this person that hasn't like really moved except for to take a drink, finish off his drink or her drink, stand up, turn around, and you like the cloak is like over his head, so the shadow is like you still don't see a face. You just see two red dots where his eyes should be. And he said, and you just hear this low, like evil sounding voice say, "Until we meet again," and then just vanishes.
Bye.
Oh shit, dude!
And then suddenly, you realize that you guys were under some sort of illusion as the tavern turns into like the shelter that this tavern was in disappears. All of the buildings outside disappear. All of the people, like the people you looted, and all of the loot disappear. Everything disappears except for the tavern owner, who looks completely different now. And there's a pool of blood next to him. So basically you guys are just standing in an empty field with a guy with a pool of blood, and everything else was an illusion.
Thanks, M. Night.
Disappears.
Even my marbles?
And there was actually no Trader's Post here. It never existed.
Damn, dude! What a fucking mystery this is.
Thanks,
right?
M.
Oh
Night.
snap! So like I lose all my loot.
Yeah, just that's why I was like, it's not important.
Ooh, okay.
Until
mystery
we meet
upon...
again.
What were
Alex,
the
you
You
glowing?
guys are just
that
standing
guy.
there looking at each other like, well, except for one of you, you can't really. You're just kind of looking over.
Alex killed that guy.
Alex, how could you? I mean, Engor, how could you?
What you with the now that the session's over, the perception check was to see that his throat was slowly being cut in different places, and so all you saw was him pass out and then the pool of blood, but it was actually he was killed right there. He was not always dead. So
Alex, you killed him.
Alex,
I didn't kill him. I'm not Alex. I'm Engor, and I didn't kill him.
Engor, you killed him.
I did
My
not.
character probably wouldn't have said anything, so I guess.
Yeah.
shit happens.
Shit happens, dude. Sometimes my fucking shit just goes ape shit.
All right, so somebody put a little toothpick into that and hold it for later. So when we start back, we're in a field with a dead guy and we're confused.
No, that was
Exactly.
background. That was something that happened in your background. When we start session 1, it will be in the future from here. This was kind of how you guys first met.
Oh
deal.
shit!
I don't
Son,
like
shit.
that.
I love that.
This
dude.
was your
That's
guys'
fucking awesome.
first encounter, if you will.
Dude, shit.
If you don't like it, you don't. We can discuss it, but I want.
If you don't like it, we can go to Resident Evil.
I like that. Well, if you don't like it, well then we can have a conversation about it.
If you
We
don't
can have a
like it,
decent
I'm only the DM. I can't make decisions.
Oh,
You know
yes,
what,
I
Dan?
can.
If you don't like it, we can just go play Resident Evil.
we can argue about it for 3 hours.
For an hour and a half.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was a long thing here. I'm not sure how much we'll get.
Wait, I have a question. Sorry.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold your own.
Motherfucker, I am doing
Something
an
about
outro.
the game.
Good for you.
Oh, get wrecked.
Let me just do the outro real quick.
But okay.
What?
On the map, I don't know if you noticed, but there were like a lot of like little me's all over the map.
Yeah, somebody's
Anybody-
playing, drawing shit.
Not me.
No,
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
I don't even know how to draw.
Me neither.
Wasn't me.
Okay.
I'm just happy nobody
Man,
drew a penis.
that was
'cause
so
every single one of
worth
my
the
sessions,
interruption.
somebody draws a penis. But
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. Do the
That
outro.
was
I'm so sorry.
So worth the interruption.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. This was a longer thing. I'm not sure how much will get cut out. This is going to be a special thing, probably posted on Saturday, so it's not part of the normal thing. So if you're not into D&D or 2-hour-long videos, at least that's how long we've been recording for, then that's not going to interrupt your normally regularly scheduled 5 days a week videos. So if you like this, drop a like down there. Sorry if it's bad. We're newbies.
What's
We love
that?
you.
it's
Your
session
dude.
0.
Your
Anybody who's
dude.
interested
Sorry.
in role playing probably knows what a session 0 is. It's just kind of a planning
Yeah.
phase.
Bitch.
So
We love you.
yeah.
Goodbye.
all right. So
Goodbye.
before everybody
You'll
leaves,
find
just
One, two, hold
Go
on,
ahead.
let me do
Sorry.
final say. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I'm actually going to end the Twitch too. So, thanks
And the
everybody on
Twitch.
Twitch for watching, and YouTube if I post this on YouTube.
And the Twitch.
And hopefully we'll be playing it every other week. So hopefully you guys will watch.
Yeah.
Feel free to follow me at TheOtherJared, GruntingPixel. Peace out.
Wow, thanks for mentioning me.
Oh
bitch.
yeah, what's your YouTube name? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'm just kidding. It's not a big deal.
Well, what's your YouTube channel? Now that we're or your Twitter handle?
It's Keeper4560.
Keeper4560.
Kipple in
And,
your pit signal.
Stephanie, I don't, if you want to broadcast your thing, now would be the time.
I don't have like a YouTube or anything. I have a yeah, that's it. I don't have a YouTube or anything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll post everybody's stuff in the description if you send it to me too. So thanks everybody,
Okay.
and we'll see you in the next one.